She stares at the camera and says, "We're boning."
Well, we're not. She doesn't say it outright, but no, she goes,
Isma, don't say these
we're gonna
things.
have a-
You're gonna find out Isma's reading way too much.
Yeah, she's gonna
But
be
she's
like, "I hate."
we're the future. That's what she says. Something along that line.
Is that what a woman says to you, Kevin, when they want to bone? We're the future.
It's obvious she wants to have your children.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, we're live.
Well, then go ahead and start this bitch.
Okay.
Now they know what I'm doing.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
We're going to start in the Golden Country.
I mean, I'm glad that we started the stream with that conversation.
Oh, the Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne was the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That was the context.
What port did you get?
I got it on
PC?
PC.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm playing it with the controller though, but on PC.
Is this your party, Christopher?
Yeah.
I don't think I can play that game on my Switch because
So you've got like 3 furries?
that what's it called?
And the drift?
Yeah, the drift would drive me nuts.
You don't have a spare controller
Yes,
for your Switch?
but
I do, but
shut up.
it's wired, not wireless.
I also want to point out this is not the base outfit. I worked real hard to get this outfit for her. Okay, so I'm gonna.
Oh,
leave
for her? I thought we were talking about
In
you.
the middle of winter, Chris. In the
She's
middle of stinking winter,
You're gonna find out
You're gonna
soon
have
that-
her freeze to death like
Fine,
that?
fine.
Oh man, that's the stupid girl they announced for Switch that no one
No one wanted.
yeah, nobody.
Someone
Not even
wanted-
not even the guy who was showcasing her is like, ugh.
100,000 dislikes straight to what's his face. I can't remember his name now.
It's okay.
Oh, Kevin.
He's been lost to the annals.
You know, in the podcast today, we were talking about Sonic, right? And guess what they mentioned? They mentioned something that I mentioned
Yeah.
a few weeks ago. You're getting more.
You
Werehog.
mentioned, huh?
We're getting more Werehog.
Oh my god,
What?
they did mention it.
For real?
So too bad I missed the podcast. I didn't get to talk about how disappointing that Sonic thing was.
Why don't you talk about it right now? Because I
Okay.
gotta find my way around.
30-year anniversary. We're coming out with coins. Nothing new. No games.
What are you talking about?
Coins or something.
We got an announcement for a new game.
The only game that seems to be worth a lick of anything is the 5-second screen of something we saw at the very, very end.
What about Lost Judgment, a game that has nothing to do with Sonic, but is by the Yakuza guys?
There's gonna be Sonic. You could play Sonic.
Yeah,
Fighters.
yeah. We're not making new Sonic stuff. Nothing's coming out this year for the anniversary, but next year. And
Get
it's
your-
like, no, Sonic, shut the hell up. I don't care.
Get your copy of Sonic
And Kevin,
Fighters
you get the
Reboot.
No, it was a bunch of Sonic crossover stuff. I noticed. Oh, did I? Oh,
No,
That's
it's
good.
fine.
okay. Yeah, keep my hands over here.
And you do,
So,
and you do
okay.
get the Werehog,
I did see that.
which I made
Man,
mention of.
you totally did. And the avid listeners of the podcast will know. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah, Isma don't know. He called it."
Yep, I did call it.
What is this, Christopher? This is a Gogol?
No, I'm looking for the goal. I have to make my way there,
What's a Gogol?
And Kevin, the new
You'll
game
see
shall
what a
be
goal
Sonic
is.
Heroes 2.
but I just have to make my way to him. This isn't even a main quest. This is a side quest for this guy. Every how do
Why'd
I
they
play
make
this game?
206
Shit.
remake? The one that needs a remake the most.
Which one?
2006.
Which one's that? I get
The
the-
If you
hedgehog
don't
makes
know
out with the woman.
Isma,
Oh.
we can't possibly explain it to you if you don't know.
Well, because I don't... They're all the same to me.
There's the princess that's like, "Oh, Sonic, I'm gonna make out with you and bring you
Oh,
back to life."
Amy,
And
right?
then,
Yeah, okay.
No, Amy is actually another fellow creature, and that's fair game. But when the person's like, "Oh, Sonic," though, with his one eye,
I don't know that character's name.
Elise.
You remember it?
Yeah, no, because I hate her so much.
Oopsie.
I want to. Oh man.
Hey,
No, there's a part in
oh,
that
I'm gonna
game
die.
where it's like, oh, you gotta choose the right love interest.
Chris died before he got to his
Well, I fell
destiny.
into a crevice and I survived, but that's probably okay. So I could easily describe this game as my most favorite and least favorite game I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
There are just level 80 monsters roaming around. I am level 54.
Why are there level 80 monsters?
Oh, so it's like Sword and Shield.
Yeah, except it's not like you can run from them. There's no way to run from enemies. Once you're in a fight, you're in a fight.
No, we just don't get caught.
Oh.
No, but that sounds awful.
There's no run button?
No.
Isn't there one in FF15? Because that's a similar mechanic.
Jump off the
Yeah.
bench.
So it's just not in the game.
EA, it's not in the game.
Jump off the edge.
Man, damn you, EA. How long has it not been in the game for EA? When
For
did
a little while.
microtransactions take?
I
Holy
think
shit.
that started back in
Yeah, remember when EA was like, no, we all in one package, and now it's like, no.
So 2008 was the golden age of
You say that.
EA.
It was still pretty good even in like the early 10s.
I think so. Yeah. I'm trying to realize. I'm trying to think of when.
Or was it the
went
Star
downhill.
Wars Battlefront that came out that everyone's like, whoa,
No,
damn,
that was
EA.
rock bottom.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
rock
when we hit the that's when we hit the floor.
That's when international governments started to get involved and say like, you can't be selling this to children.
Okay, I do remember that. Okay.
No, yeah, that's when we hit the floor.
If I had to guess, I would imagine it's just a little bit of it came so quickly, but like 2014, 2015.
Maybe I think it was a little bit
Also,
before though.
with the start of the new gen of consoles, like the Xbox
be
and
it.
the PlayStation,
Maybe. That would
or at
make
least
sense.
similar timing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like it, but that was a long time ago.
Maybe you're right,
Like
Greg.
almost 7 years now.
Because no, the last really good game I can think of was like the Dragon Age Origins. That was like the
You
last
thought that
game
was a good game?
Dude, Origins is great. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
Origins.
Yeah.
Man, you're so quick to jump on Old Dragon Age, bro. It doesn't deserve it, man. It's put the time in. People love
There
it.
was also what's it called that they made? It was don't they do the what's it called? What's the series?
And also, there is some other Dragon Age thing that is coming out. There was
Another one?
yeah.
I think it's just Dragon Age 3, right, or something like that.
They were waiting for the heat to come off that last one, Inquisition.
Man, why do you think people hated it so terribly, Greg? What is your
It's
stipulation against the game, bro?
Inquisition, it's awful.
Did you ever beat it? No.
Why would I? You didn't beat it either.
I have 3 full playthroughs under my belt,
God
sir.
damn it! Oh, my bad. I forgot that you bought the DLC that has the ending in it.
No, it just has a better ending in it.
Okay, let's see. Electronic Arts. When did EA go to shit? Let's see.
That's a Google.
That's it.
That's a Google.
It's the golem from Skyrim.
Why attack? War.
Were.
Stop. Be calm.
Are they actually communicating?
Why?
Why isn't this voiced?
It won't listen. These scenes aren't voiced because they're just side quests.
Well, I can tell you the writing was absolute shite right there.
How is Nintendo still in business? Is it because they're more focused on selling games to children like this? Favorite and most hated game over there. Can't seem to get away from it.
To be fair, I think this character here, the big black guy, is supposed to be a little slower.
Like physically or like mentally?
Probably both.
Oh, Chris, is he like your stand? How come he's like a Pokemon and only sprites appear on the body?
Yes.
Oh, he's cool.
It's getting away.
What?
Don't run.
You just stomped the shit out of him.
Don't do it. We must keep together.
Wait, are these all the characters in your party?
Yes.
That's a lot of characters.
How did you let that thing get away with all of you were there?
We just forgot.
That's crap, I say.
You know, sometimes.
I'm calling a foul. I want to repeal this to the committee.
Sometimes you forget, man. You
You
forget
just
that you're
say
fighting.
shit. Just say shit.
Let us face the day with a renewed
Don't
vigor.
fall.
I'm not gonna fall.
'Cause you could definitely fall off that. Look at that.
Holy.
Why did you do that?
Because it was intentional.
That's such a long list of games.
I have enough
Yeah.
HP. I'm fine.
Okay, fair enough. Look at that big stag.
He is adorable. I can kill him.
It's like a legendary Pokemon. That looks like if there was like a modern day thing.
Well, Greg, Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009. What was that?
Okay.
Yes.
And what, that's the golden age?
That was still the golden age, yeah. Back in 2009.
I don't know. Have you played Left 4 Dead 2 now? might have had the blinders on back at the
Oh, you
time.
still have Mass Effect? Or Mass Effect 3? That was in the 2010s.
That first one was rough because it came out before Dragon Age and they didn't know how to make RPG type stuff.
Which is the Mass Effect that has the ridiculous sex scene? I'm asking for a friend.
Well, 2 or 3 is the one.
Okay.
Because again, one, they were kind of just working it out. When they got enough popularity to throw a bunch of green and blue ass all over the screen, they're like, oh.
They're like, oh man, cowgirl. In this
Man,
game,
cowgirl's so hot, bro. Love cowgirl.
you better pray that you weren't playing that on your living room TV.
Oh man, then it plays the sex rock music and they don't actually do nothing. She just has sexual energy all around. But yeah, Alien sex scenes 2 for HD, Alien sex scenes you want to go for 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the 2010s are still, the games were still decent.
Were there any of
That's
those in
where the Sims
Andromeda?
Yes,
There were?
there were.
Did they look as terrible as I think they would have?
No, not as terrible as you think they would have.
The Dead Space games came out in 2011.
Dead Space?
Yeah.
Dead Space 1 and 2 are great. We don't talk about that other one.
And
I mean, I do like being able to make my own weapons, but that's all that game now.
Are you enticed with the story, Christopher?
Yeah.
So Christopher, did you unlock Blue Jita, Blue Goku, and Blue 21 on the PlayStation?
I had finals, Kevin. I didn't have time.
Have time right now.
That's not relevant.
Unlocking characters and fighters is more important than things.
Crisis 3. Was that any good? Crisis 3?
Crisis 3.
No.
You played the Crisis games, right?
I don't know. I always thought like the in-game universe for Crisis was cool. Also, the main character used like the most impractical weapon was like it was a compound bow, but it was
Battlefield 4 came out in 2013.
it's like a 200 or 300 pound bow, so he was just shooting steel rods at people, and it was cool. Man, killing in that game was great, but everything else was there.
Titanfall came out in 2014.
Okay. Commercial flop, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's 2014. That falls in line.
So I think that was probably when it started to go downhill. At least when I stopped playing EA games.
When
in
was
general.
Battlefront the remake released?
2015.
Okay, see, now that's the point.
So I think that was
so it was quick.
So 14 was roughly when things went a bit.
I'm sure there were microtransactions in the game there, but it
'Cause this
wasn't
one-
like crazy.
So
No, but
Inquisition
yeah, I'm
came out
talking about
14.
no unabashed. They know they can get away with it, so they're going to type stuff.
Also, Sims 4 came out 2014.
Hmm.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's crazy how that was years ago.
I thought it was recent.
Okay,
I
where are we
didn't
at?
realize how long ago that was.
That's like generations in a video game life cycle.
Oh no. Yeah, I think Titanfall was the mark of the beginning of the end. Right around there.
Yeah.
Because Battlefield 4 came out in 2013. I think that was like the last.
Take the
decent
chick with the
Battlefield
hat, Christopher.
Why would I do
game I
that?
'Cause
enjoyed.
I like her. I like the way she looks.
Which one was Battlefield 4? That was the one.
Oh yeah, your probably looks good. Yeah, keep Diet
The
Shulk out of
battlefields
there.
all kind of blend together.
I couldn't do. But
The only
that-
difference
I
is
just
they
remember-
look slightly better, maybe every so often, every other game.
All I remember was Battlefield 4 was one that I played, and I enjoyed it, and that was kind of it.
This looks like a Shadow of the Colossus stage.
But yeah, that was the last. I think that's when you had the fall of.
Oh man, are there any frost-covered ruins in Shadow of the Colossus? I think that would be a good area.
There's no snow, but there's an area that looks just like this. I think it's the guy who does the thunder
Then-
stuff.
After the war, they closed themselves off.
Still gotta play that. It's just sitting on my PlayStation collecting
The
metaphorical
way the
dust.
king was
Fucking
acting,
amazing game.
I can't help
Yeah,
feeling there's
I know.
something more to it.
And I'm going to.
I've
hope-
seen some wonderful. I bond too many games too quickly, and now I don't.
It's not a problem.
Why would
I'm
you
kind of
go to
hoping
such
that
lengths to
2019
reject
marks
it?
the beginning.
Like the mule, I get stuck between the two, and then I die of starvation because I'm like, ah. And then
You think Indo
Do mules
is
actually
holding
do that?
something else over Tantal?
it might not be the mule, but there is a dumb like half breed. Oh, I'm doing all the chords.
Do you know
Aren't
anything?
they like freezing
Half
cold in
breed
their
animal.
clothing?
Nope. There's no
Oh,
records
it's
from back
animation,
then.
isn't it?
I guess I'd be freezing though if I were them.
There's nothing.
So they have unique dialogue for whichever characters are in the game.
Might have been returned.
She
to
said
my
Lady
home
Morag,
for some
but is it
reason
the
or
same
other.
dialogue, just different name?
Do you know anything about those days?
You don't know.
No.
Hmm?
No, they have to be. Morag has to be in the scene.
At the
Ah.
time.
Oh, so we
So
wonder
are
if
you
she's-
born?
oh,
Are
'cause
you
the whole
boning
party's
Morag,
Interest
Christopher?
me much?
And no is not the
Jeez,
correct
Grams.
answer.
What's the point of keeping an old timer like you
What
around
was
if
the
you don't even
question?
know anything?
Said, why are you boning Morag right now, Christopher?
It's funny how
Because I have
much
at
you
least
sound
6
like
women that I
Cody.
could be boning, Kevin.
Okay, but you're not boning any of them.
The king was entirely
There's not time.
Christopher, to have time, you gotta take time, bro.
Do you
Also,
think
time doesn't exist. It's
it
a
may
thing
be
we read.
related to Jin and his comrades using Torna's
No.
name?
Yes.
It's one of those things where you say, no, I have all the time. Yeah.
If you saw the
It's kind of how I thought
humanity,
Bitcoin worked
you'd
initially. It's like, no,
understand.
you have it.
Now that you have come this far,
It's like, well, but you didn't know a Bitcoin.
Mm.
Well,
the last
No, I
state-
think I think 2019 shall be the rise of EA again. I would hope.
Jin said
'Cause that's when,
something about
Fallen
the
Order
last
came
state
out.
of humanity.
2019.
Yes.
I thought you
wasn't
meant like
2019 when they
evolution.
EA announced that their
You know, in the
contract with
future.
so and so was ending, so
But
other
maybe
people were
he
about to
meant the
snatch them up?
previous state of
In
humanity.
Star Wars?
I think so.
Yeah.
And
So
that
I think they
was
still have a
to
contract
why
with them.
They still have like some games they can make with them. Yeah.
If,
So it's not like a complete
if that
breakaway.
is the case,
No, I mean, at least
Yeah.
break away enough
perhaps
Yeah.
so that the games that
That you
people
you
have
want
been
fans.
saying have been screaming at their screens for.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. 2019 was when Fallen Order came out, and then you had Squadrons come out. I think last year.
I didn't play Squadrons, but
I heard it's good, and I've seen videos of it. It looks pretty good.
Okay.
Seems a bit short, but good, at least from what I've seen.
Fallen Order 2 coming someday, hopefully.
The Fallen Order looks amazing. I played a little bit of it too.
yeah, there's no way there's fucking way there's not gonna be.
You would be so disappointed.
No, I mean that'd be an eye opener at that point, I guess. Why? Like,
Yeah.
What have we here?
they deliberately ended it in the most dumb, child-friendly type way ever. No.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Yeah,
That's disappointing.
and that's one of the. If you hear anyone say something bad about, it's about the ending.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because you're like, what? Why?
Yeah, because I played the game and I enjoyed what I played. So
The whole game is this, and then at the end you're gonna do this. Yeah, it's bad.
no, that's a shame.
Okay.
The walls and floors.
At least there's improvement
must have been
for
a
EA.
Fortunately, the game is rock solid from start to 96%. So,
Isn't the only artifice.
That's a good.
Yeah.
yeah.
You've already seen one other.
God, look at those things blasting off the screen.
The one Mithra commits.
Where are them fizzle jizzles?
Oh, yeah,
Or is it
that's
because,
what you're
or are
talking
they
about.
frozen because it's so
They're
cold?
frozen. So.
No.
Countless
I
artifices.
mean,
You
the
know
only
how-
thing that isn't frozen, Kevin, is her hair.
You know how movies work, Kevin. They're like water balloons. The skin is just the covering. For
Are
the
we
water.
in what's it called, the Batman DC universe where they have the weird
So
evil
it's a
demon
sight to
things
fight
coming down from the
against.
sky?
Which are you talking about? Schneider cut or Whedon cut?
Artifices anyway.
I'm not
Both
too sure.
cuts have the creatures he's referring
They
to.
do.
Yeah.
We've never
Yeah, but
even
one of
seen
them,
a
in
sight,
one
just
universe,
that
they
light
look
thing
more
that
like
shoots
people.
down.
In the
Oh.
other, they look more like creatures, so that
Their
you don't
power
feel bad when they get
granted to
eviscerated.
When Batman fucking blows their brains
Divine
against the wall.
swords
I
sleeping in
kind of don't
Elysium.
recall.
No, Batman doesn't kill people.
Whichever.
He doesn't actually in the Snyder cut,
Elysium is a paradise, not a scary weapon stash.
which is funny because
I don't know. What do you mean you don't know?
he went on a rampage
All that I can find in the corners of my
previously.
memory is that townscape.
Oh,
I don't know why Father
What?
created me.
one of the things I read is the Batman who laughs kills the entire Justice League.
That's what
Is
I want to find out.
Ooh, the one for the Killing Joke.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay.
but is he actually from the Killing Joke?
No, the Killing Joke is supposed to be the setup.
Open a chest.
Because it pans away as Batman starts to laugh.
Until
Yeah.
then, it's just
And
a
then he
crate.
becomes the Batman who laughs.
That's rule 4 of the salvager's code.
No, what's weird is because Joker Man, commonly referred to because he's actually Batman Joker. So Joker Man. Joker Man is explaining, he's like, oh yeah, the Joker implanted a neurotoxin in, I forget how Batman kills him, but he's like, it's in his heart, and it was only to release to someone in close proximity, so whoever killed the Joker would become the Joker.
Oh.
And they're like, damn, Batman, how much time do you have? And they're like, oh,
Wait a minute, wasn't that in the Arkham games?
it was. Except the Arkham name decided to just ambiguously have everyone believe he blew himself up. And
Except-
Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred, you gotta go too.
Maybe he knew. That's probably not the Batman who laughed. He knew. He's like, I gotta take myself out. You're coming with me, Alfred.
No, but in the panel, like all the Robins and like the Batgirls and like Nightwing, they're like, oh, like, oh, Batman, you've been training us, we're ready. And he's like, no, I actually brought you guys here for another reason. And then it pans to the Joker Man face. And he's like, oh, I had to get you guys here first because you're the only ones who could tell the difference. And he pulled out guns and he kills them all. Well, stupid Robins.
Batgirl loses her legs.
She doesn't lose her legs, she just can't use them anymore.
So she lost her legs.
But they're still there.
She lost the use of her legs.
And
Shortened, she lost her legs.
But there's always the chance that she could have them back later. She
No,
could
just
use
push
them.
her down a hill like they did with Joe on Family Guy. And then his
That's what
son
they do.
came and knocked him over and re-crippled him. That was had to be heartbreaking because he stood up and he's like, oh. Also, his son was born with a wheelchair, wasn't he?
Son. Oh yeah, he did
Oh, here's the baby. Oh, here comes the wheelchair.
the Family Guy continuity.
Yeah. There is none.
No, because Cleveland Jr. had literally changed and then didn't exist after the Cleveland show ended.
I love how he breaks into Peter's house at one point. There's an episode where he breaks into Peter's house, right?
Who, Cleveland?
Yeah, no, Junior.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
And
think
then he
so.
gets shot. By
What?
the police.
I don't think so.
I think that was a thing, wasn't it?
I would love for that to be why those characters you don't see them anymore.
I'm pretty sure there's an episode of that, isn't there?
This is
Even if they're
an-
just throwaway lines like, "Oh yeah, that character like got locked up," or "Oh so and so."
This is an ambient field dream you had.
My prince.
Maybe.
Or it could be like a Family Guy cross Seinfeld episode. Oh, she was licking the wedding invitations, but the adhesive was toxic, so she's dead.
You mean the best
Whoa,
part of
it looks
Seinfeld?
way older than
Yeah.
the colours.
No, the best part of Seinfeld is when the doctor is telling that story to the courtroom, and they're like, "Oh, how would you describe him?" He's like, "He was concealing mild enjoyment."
Yeah.
and bliss."
And the episode
And
was
they're like, "Whoa!"
it was season 14, episode 9, A Shot in the Dark. It's when I guess
Season 14.
yeah.
So then they just brought him back because fuck it. Because he hadn't been in the show.
Yeah, they had
for
unused
13 seasons
assets.
at that point.
Yeah, the episode inspired from the 2012 controversial death of Trayvon Martin. Peter joins a neighborhood watch group and is accused of being racist after shooting Cleveland Jr., an unarmed black teenager, in self-defense. Yeah.
God, Family Guy. Always staying
I was pretty sure that was a
topical
thing.
on those
That's why I was like,
issues.
no, I'm pretty sure it's not a fever dream. I remember seeing this. That's the only episode I remember with Cleveland Jr. being in, too.
I remember him in the golf episode. Chris gets a job at
Oh wait, no,
Walmart.
Cleveland Jr.'s the older one with the glasses, right? I was thinking of Rilo. I'm like, why would
Oh.
Peter shoot Rilo? No, that's an episode.
It was originally a conduit
No.
that I used
Oh,
to
but yeah, no, his
communicate
name's
with
Rilo,
Ophelia.
not Cleveland Jr. I forget.
No.
Rilo was great.
I just remember Stewie was friends with one of them. I can't
We have
remember.
to-
Probably Rilo,
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
because he was just Black Stewie with hair.
That's the greatest loss from the Cleveland show.
Yeah.
Everyone else could have gone. For Rilo.
No, I like that they lived next door to a grizzly
Well,
bear for no reason.
Fix it.
Oh,
And he was the nicest guy.
Stuff's happening on screen. What's
I'm
going on,
sorry.
Christopher?
That's my side chick.
Okay,
She
what are your
inhabits
side
the
chicks?
same.
Wasn't she also announced for Smash, or is that another blonde?
Yes, because
Oh.
they inhabit the same body.
But they're both in the shot. Or
No.
are they not? I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, what? They inhabit the same body.
Mithra and Pyra are the same being,
Oh, okay.
but split personalities.
One with red hair, one with blonde.
Yes.
Yeah, one of them's dumb and the other one has no personality.
In that case,
Yeah, ye who have never even played the game. Okay. So
I was just joking. Come on.
Oh.
Getting so defensive of your waifus.
I get defensive of Pyra. I don't care about Mithra.
Okay. Is one of them from the first game, Christopher?
No,
Are
Okay.
we
but
rising?
they weren't in Xenoblade 1, but they do know Shulk, and Shulk knows them.
Nice.
What?
Looks
Is
like
Shulk
we
in this
made
game?
it, After all.
There's DLC where you get to meet Shulk.
What is with the weird Gargoyle? What's the one that Terriermon did you always do?
Super Terrier Mom.
He's
He becomes the Gatling gun bunny.
Yeah, yes. Wait, what's he doing in here?
Do you mean Tora?
Sure.
Tora.
He's a Napon.
Is this Japanese shit?
No, this is a creature unique.
Oh,
to
you're
this-
talking about the character in the game. Okay, continue, Christopher.
The little Furby boy is a Napon, and that's a race in this series of games. I don't remember how far back. I think just Xenoblade Chronicles. These characters were designed by the man, the myth, the legend, Tetsuya Nomura.
You know what? That guy, it's obvious.
Mean little girl.
I love the.
Was he
how it's
constrained?
Haven't you?
They're like, you have to use these clothes.
Condescending,
I don't know.
Is anything else here?
He had to.
No, Tetsuya's like, please let me design characters and let me please at least have one of them not be black haired. And they're like, fine, Tetsuya. And he's like,
They're like, no.
For Jin's sake.
Where are Jin and Malos anyway?
no, that's a crazy little thing to think about. Like, initially, a lot of characters, like in anime and stuff, are drawn in blonde, but like because they'll have the draw, but then they'll have the coloring in person,
And they'll just...
and the coloring in person will just be like, no.
Did you hear about this? Did you know that, who was it? One of Naruto's kids. I think they were both supposed to have Byakugan. But then they accidentally drew in Boruto's eyes, and then he just left it.
Or
it
you
was
mean
the other
that
way around.
lame, lazy rider who went off to be unsuccessful and then came back with his tail between his legs? That one?
The man, the myth, the legend? Yes.
Tetsuya Nomura?
I also... Okay, Kevin, I also read an interview that was amazing where he was talking about how his parents told him they knew he was going to be an artist when he grew up because he used to draw within his own shit on the walls.
Very good.
That's real.
Oh god.
They're like, this boy is going to be a... That's the guy who wrote Naruto.
So he's been drawing shit since day one? Oh! That's real good. I like that.
Genius. Alright, lovely.
To be fair, I actually like his art.
Yeah, he can draw good. But as long as those characters don't say or think anything, they're fine.
Yeah. No, his apprentice fucked it up because he's drawn everybody baby-faced.
What about the interview where he talks about, yeah, Sakura, I agree, I messed up, but I had to keep her in because for reasons.
You know, the fighting looks very clunky.
Yeah, I wanted her to be cute so people liked her, but even I don't like her, so whatever. I'm like, oh, cool.
Did you know he also based Sakura off
You're
his
really
life?
doing that,
Wow. He's like, and
So when it came out, he's like, yeah, no, I
The
don't.
game just plays itself?
No one likes her, and I agree.
For those not watching, Chris is not even playing the game. The game is playing itself.
he's not hitting a button.
No. What kind of bullshit is this?
That's how Xenoblade is.
No wonder I never played.
Got anything to say?
This is the game.
How did you deal? You're like level 60 something too, right?
This character is 63.
Chris, how did you spend 60 something level?
Well, okay, so there's a mechanic in this game where you earn auxiliary EXP by doing quests that you can level yourself up with. And so I didn't actually earn 63 levels. I sort of just paid for like 20 levels.
Oh.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
There's
no, more games should do
microtransactions
that.
to that.
They just give you the option to buy levels if you can afford it.
Not with actual money, like you just earn the EXP. I want to make that clear. This game, it has many like microtransaction Japanese mobile game mechanics in it, but none of them actually require money because Nintendo must have been like, okay, you have to make this a game that you can play by yourself, okay?
You know what I was thinking? This looks like a game you would play on your phone. You see all this shit on the screen?
The way Christopher plays this game makes me think you could play this game on phone.
I don't think I'd ever play this game. Now that I've
No,
now that I'm
no,
witnessing
because
it,
you have no context. We're just in the brunt.
maybe. the story even worth it for it?
Yes.
Okay.
Believe me, this game isn't hard.
I can see that it's not hard. You're not doing it.
Oh, I have a Gatling gun. Okay, so they're called blades. My stands, they all have, like, not all of them have unique weapons, but they all have different weapon types.
Okay.
This one has a gun.
Jump in the bathtub?
Oh yeah, she rides around in a bathtub. She's a water type.
Didn't know my other guy?
No, this one's electric.
By the way, I love you, man. I wish he had designed all these things. I wish he had made this game. Then it would have been fun.
It would have
No,
been
because he squandered his good name and reputation with Lightning Returns in 13.
The story? Awful.
All of it.
The game? Fun.
13 because it was the first one because it was in production so long. At least it's polished and it plays well. But 2
You know
and
what?
3 just came out and they're just like, ugh.
That's fair.
2 is asset reuse and 3 is I don't think
you
it.
want out, Chris? No?
Yeah, I think he wants out.
Okay.
Inconceivable. You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
You mess with Thunderbolt Zeke, that's what you get. You brought this
Hard
on
for him to get out.
yourself.
Okay, calm down.
Anyway,
I didn't text the people who are going to be coming in through the door right now.
Then do it.
very much looking forward to interrogating you later. Here I go.
Bringer of Chow.
Jin,
Did he get stabbed?
where did he?
Poked his butt.
That character was designed by Nomura as well.
That looks like, do you remember the guy from 10? Who was gonna marry... I'm blanking on the name. Tidus' girlfriend?
Don't worry yourself.
His name is Prince?
It's just a scratch, really.
It's just a scratch, really.
Are you okay?
Relax, he's not made of glass.
That guy's the villain? The guy with the glasses.
You see his sword? That's how you know.
Don't mind me.
Mm.
I'm just a
No, I'm just thinking about Invincible. Bro.
He, on the
You
other
are?
hand,
Yeah,
is just an
So good.
just settle a score.
Jin did.
I want that
You're
season.
really just thinking about
I
it.
am, yeah. I'm just thinking about it.
The Omega Fetter
So,
and the Aegis.
everything was.
Yeah, no, I might just go on. I mean, it's only 8 episodes, but that's 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
It's worth a watch.
I have to work in the morning. I don't care. I'll do it. Watch the sun come up because Invincible just has me filled with all this juice and energy.
You will have to
Well, Kevin, do you work 7 days a week?
with words, but with your own
Do
strength.
you not get any days off?
No, I do, but it just doesn't seem like I get days off.
Okay. Because it never seems like you get a day off. Because you work on the weekends, too.
Yeah, no, my Thursday is my day usually. But it's Memorial Day weekend, so you know. So Monday we're closed, so that's an extra day for me.
Awesome.
See, Monday we're working a half day.
Still good.
Yeah.
Not as good as a no day, but take your victories where you can. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that Jin's
It's true for him.
What enormous
You want to know what's really annoying, though?
They're
It's when a
not
customer
trained to
walks
make
in
their
at
energy
6
with surroundings.
on the dot, you know,
That
when you're supposed to
energy
close up.
being emitted from
And then
interior of
you're
bodies.
trying to close up, and then another customer
Just
walks in
like
at
our
like
planet
6:20 when the other customer's about to leave.
Would you even keep all that
That's a
energy?
pain in the butt.
No, it's my. You gotta have a standard, and you tell that second customer that they can go f themselves.
I actually agree with Kevin.
Now, clearly you can clean up the vernacular a bit, but I strongly believe the ability to tell a customer no, within reason and within.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
our restaurant does not have that.
No, we don't do that. We don't
And the
do
620 thing is very real.
that. Yeah,
That's all.
it happened.
Stupid people.
It happened yesterday.
Man, you need the sign?
No, it's not newcomers, it's the regulars that know they can get a raise and stuff.
And what happens when someone comes in like
No, we have a walk-in party of 20 coming in at 7:58.
that? 7:58. Oh, you guys close at 8? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
8, or 8:30, so 8.
That's annoying.
And sometimes they don't want to leave. They're like, no, we want to look at a dessert menu, or we want to drink some wine. It's like, no.
What you do is you get them drunk enough where you force them to leave, Kevin.
No, it's only poopy because no one can leave if there are still customers. Because that means there are still dishes, there are still like
Yeah,
appliances and stuff. It's bad.
This looks like some serious stuff that's happening. Is this kind of ruining the moment?
No, I've already seen. So I'm fine with doing this because I've seen this. I couldn't help myself. I watched Let's Play of this part of the game.
Okay.
Wait, so you haven't gone to this part before?
I haven't played this part.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything.
Oh,
beyond.
I was under the impression you totally beat this game before, and you're
I
like,
know
oh yeah,
we
we
need to
just
stream next time if we don't have anything planned for next
X-Men
time.
Legends 2.
Huh?
You want to bring your PlayStation?
We'll bring what? What game?
What were you gonna say? X-Men Legends 2.
I was gonna say Outer Wilds so that Kevin can play it.
Slow him down.
Do you have it?
Speed with light.
Got it.
I think I know I have it on.
Okay.
Maybe I don't. I think I have it on something though,
Here
for
we
sure.
go.
Probably on the PC though.
Okay. Well.
Is that just something where you would never say anything to him? Because that game is super easy to like spoil stuff for.
Yeah, that's a game that he just has to jump right in.
Okay. I'm a fan of jumping into games.
Yeah. Because I've seen an entire playthrough of it, and I think Chris has also seen an entire playthrough of it.
No.
No, you haven't?
I just know the premise.
Okay.
Well, don't say the premise.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, because I don't even know the premise. I think I got a copy of Outer Wilds when I bought my laptop. But I don't know.
Yeah, it was a great game.
There were some people that bought it by mistake because there was another game that came out at the same time.
The one that looks like Borderlands.
Isn't it called
Yes.
Outer Worlds?
Yes.
Yes. That I own.
Also, I've heard that's a good game too. So.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's by the people who made New Vegas, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's like a way shorter New Vegas.
But no, Outer Wilds is excellent.
Eat this!
Outer Wilds is just better than Outer Worlds.
Just an excellent title in general. Oh, she just.
Oh my gosh, did you see her face there? Not that one, but the initial hit where she's like, and her jaw was distorted.
He broke my sword, by the way.
I was kind of hoping that she'd explode like an Invincible, you know. But I guess not.
You know what's good? That kids don't know that you bleed when you're stabbed or cut. So they could play games like this and think everything's okay and normal.
Alright, Kevin, we're gonna make a video game, and it's gonna be like Invincible, where just things go splat
Oh,
against the wall.
is my okay? We're gonna have to talk later because that's an idea that you just said there.
I want that main character first 5 minutes just get splat.
That's why you were.
I wasn't even gonna go that far, but I like it. Yeah, okay.
And then the new main character will go splat 10 minutes in.
Oh yeah, I know the tutorial you play as certain characters, and then when those characters get turned into stains on the floor,
Yeah, new character. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, how come only Darkwing became a stain on the floor? The non-powered the Justice League member, it gets it the worst of all of them. I don't understand.
Spoilers, by the way.
No,
Yeah.
Go watch
you
Invincible.
already
It's
saw
good.
it.
It's really good. It's a really good show. I really enjoyed it.
But don't, if you're watching the stream or watching the VOD, don't.
No, see, you're gonna be like, oh, he spoiled it, but you're gonna watch it and still be hyped. So it's that good.
That's true. I saw both pivotal moments.
I knew Darkwing
I
was gonna
saw
die, I just didn't know how. And when he did, I was like, oh
Or yeah,
no.
or the lead up. So when I watched a certain episode and then it kind of just jumped in, I was like, oh.
Enough.
So I watched those clips like 20 each. Like all the Family Man fight compilations, all the beat downs of a certain other character type. I'm like, oh, that's so good.
I do like the Martian bit. That was good.
Oh, look. What
I wish there was more to it, but you
Are you
know,
going
they
to-
ran out
Oh,
of that. They ran.
that's season 2.
Yeah.
2.
No
Yeah, they ran out of that scene so quick.
Serious business.
No, the only problem I have with that is like there are moments in the fight where it seems like they stop attacking the dude to give him a chance to kill somebody.
That is true. Yeah.
It happens too much in that fight, and it's like, no, if you. There was problems with the fight, but at the end of the day, it was great.
It's still great.
It's so good.
Don't you?
Because you think it's just gonna be like, oh, it's implied that they're dead. No,
Oh, the guy appeared right behind her.
No, you're hard confirmed.
That much out, did you? Well done.
Shows a camera
But how would
into
you
the
make good
body
on
of
that threat?
the robot man.
You don't have that kind
Are
of.
you so sure?
He told his wife she didn't mean nothing, man. And she was listening.
Oh, that was harsh.
Oh, yeah.
That was so harsh.
Invincible's so good. Gregory, why aren't you watching it right now in your mind?
What's going on?
Because I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch
That's
it.
a good
I told
question.
you, I've only seen those 2 scenes.
Oh no, that show is so good. And if you don't want to watch Invincible, you can watch The Boys. It's not as good, but it's good.
Yeah, something with oddly enough worse language, but the graphic. Invincible's more gory and graphic, but the language is clean.
Yeah, that is very true.
The Boys is also live action. So it's
I
actually
do
harder to
declare
do
you,
that.
sir, are defeated, and then head squish.
Do that.
Yeah.
If I use
Money
the
shot in your eye,
cannon
sir.
Itself
Hey, you know what I don't like about The Boys?
is the
I think
target.
I've seen a lot of the comics now, and they have like
Moves
the
at the
actors
speed
on the
of light.
cover
Oh.
instead of the characters, and I don't like that.
I
That's annoying.
agree. I don't like
Just
that.
a little.
No.
That
To a
way
lesser
you
extent,
have
and
enough
also
power
about a
to
thing that no one
annihilate
cares about, and thank
single
God it's dead, but the Twilight books, after the movie came out, they got rid of the original prints and they just threw the carrot
One
of them.
sick
Oh.
from
And I'm like, oh, they're trying to get rid of those.
will
Shame.
scour from this world.
I've got the old covers for the
Faster
Twilight
than
books.
you can be.
Yeah.
Because it was simple, kind of like Final Fantasy 13 mini
You
screens.
had like one with like an apple, I think one with a moon or
How
something.
unexpected.
And then you had the one with the
That
king
you,
piece.
That's what I
the
know.
Aegis,
I actually
would
kind of
say
like that.
something like that.
Is that going to be stuff that's taught in school when we're old?
Open the
Twilight
gates to
books.
Elysium for us.
God,
this is
Oh,
your-
they're gonna be part of the curriculum readings? Oh
It would
no!
be like, this is your Catcher in the
oh,
Rye.
Jesus.
No, what did she say?
Have mercy on us all.
You're gonna have to annotate when the werewolf man is in love with the baby and he wanted to put his dick in you.
I was just about to say. Now, class.
That's cool.
What do you? How would
Twilight
you
is
interpret
so-
in printing?
so crud.
No, there's gonna be the one student who sees it right out the gate, and the teacher's gonna be like, "No,"
Such. It's
because
not even that
stupid
great,
teachers
is it?
always
Yeah.
want to put more meaning into things that aren't there in books, and South Park pointed that out.
How many times in school did you guys have like a book report, and some girl did a book report on like Twilight?
0.
And shit like that. Really?
Twice.
One that I can recall.
Mia.
I don't think I've seen someone do it on
That had
Twilight.
happened at least 3 or 4 times.
Harry Potter was a common one though, for sure.
No way.
That's
I don't
yes.
agree to this.
That's because everyone loves Harry Potter. Harry Potter
No,
is like
but
one
Harry,
of the
it's
few-
only good if you did it on certain books. I want to say the last 3, maybe.
The first 3 is my we were talking about this earlier. I don't like the later
We
Harry
were.
Potters.
Oh no.
I don't like 5, 6, or 7. I like 1 through 4.
6 is I actually kind of like 6, because 6 is
Yeah.
No, 6 came out around the time I was enough of a person to comprehend and understand subtlety, and so when my brain was firing on cylinders, 6 was there to just absorb all the juice. And I'm like, oh, it's Snape! Oh my god! Yeah, I'm like, it was.
I only ever read 1
I keep
through 4.
jingling these
I never
cables.
read
I'm back.
anything past that.
You only read 1 through 4?
Yeah.
And how could you talk about how you don't like 6?
I don't like the movies. Well, that's what I know.
Oh,
yeah.
but that's because the movies aren't good.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I just don't like. I also don't like where the story goes. That's my problem.
It's because the movies didn't go where the story goes.
No, well, I don't know. I like the first 4. Those ones I really enjoy.
That's true. A lot of the later books have a lot of good stuff in them. They also have a lot of sometimes they have
The
shit.
Aegis.
You know, I just don't
Okay.
like. I don't like where the direction, because I like the whole, like we were talking about, you're in the school, you get the whole world building kind of bit.
Well, I don't care
Yeah.
about the magical world. It's not
Yeah.
even thought through. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
The school is awesome though.
Yeah. I mean, you get the whole like kind of like adventure feel.
Like when they're in the bank, you're
Good.
like, how the fuck does this work?
Yeah, that was cool.
There's a fucking dragon, and it flies out of the bank, and they fly through the air.
And nothing, yeah.
Yeah. No.
No one saw the flying dragon
No
burst
one saw
through
that
the
shit.
crevice of England.
It's in the fucking middle of the city.
Was Pyra dead?
No, she got stole.
Oh. Taken to Smash Brothers.
Chapter
No,
I
six.
think.
I would have loved it if it just said Finn, just finished, and
How many
you
chapters
just
are
get
there,
stolen,
Christopher?
and that's it.
No less than 10.
Oh Jesus.
Nice.
Save. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this game.
Save again. Bye-bye.
I could tell by the way Chris's hand movements were on that controller that this is I think I'd die of boredom.
You don't have to fight all that much.
I would hope not, because the fighting looks atrocious.
Well, okay, so true. You don't actually attack, but you do still have to consider some things like you press the buttons to initiate specials, arts. And that there's a lot to that, such as toppling, breaking. There are different things that you have to do to enemies in order to beat them faster or to actually get them down. And
but the fighting looks also super clunky.
Well, you don't have a stable means of healing, so you have to manage that. You have to be capable.
None of your party members are healers?
One of them is.
Oh, one?
One. And that's why I keep her in the party at all times.
But there was like 10 people in the whole roster shot. You only have one healer?
No, there was only 5. There were only 5.
Well, I mean, like when there was the roster and you're like, oh yeah, all of those people are on the team.
Those are my blades. Well, half of them are my blades.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, half of them aren't people. Okay.
They're stands. What?
I guess he's committing suicide. Committing seppuku
It's
right here.
Artemis.
Slow. He's angry. Some bullshit is happening in front of him. He summoned some power he doesn't.
He summoned the Demon King. Like,
Alright,
literally.
Have you ever played...
Why is Japan so into summoning the Demon King?
Have you guys
That's
played
the thing.
Valkyrie Chronicles?
Nope.
Oh, such a good game. If you like strategy games, be a good game.
I don't.
Was there a
Yeah,
Valkyrie Chronicles anime? Is that something?
Yes, there is.
Oh,
There is an
okay.
anime.
I think I watched
They
that.
turned the game into an
I
anime.
have a report to make
Oh,
regarding
okay,
the
so I actually
situation
might-
in Aegis
okay.
in
The
Tanzania.
game is really good.
Is this some religious figure or like is he like the ruler?
It's a-
He is the religious figure.
That's what I
I
thought.
guess I would
He's
classify
like
it as a
Pope God.
real-time strategy.
Okay.
It's an
okay.
RTS,
So,
but I would classify it as...
because
Because it's not... Well, I mean, it's RTS with a turn-based system as well. If that makes sense. Because, like, the characters move dynamically. So when you're moving it around, it's like you're actually moving in the world,
Your Eminence?
right? But then there's also turns that you take.
Hector,
Yes.
So it's weird. It's a
Prepare
really
the
weird
ceremony.
system, and not many games use that
At
kind of
once,
system.
Praetor.
So it's very unique.
But on another note,
It's also on
Nier
Amazon.
Replicant, man, that game's so good.
Oh, that
And I
came
love
out,
that
huh?
they finally ported it to the PlayStation. PS4 it just plays so smooth, bro.
That's the sequel, right?
Uh,
To Automata?
no, Automata is the sequel to. Okay,
Near
When- there's Nier Replicant and Nier Gestalt. Nier
Okay.
Gestalt is the version that America got, but America just shortened it to Nier.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and Replicant came out in Japan.
I see.
Here it was in god awful. He looks like literally a butthole for a face character, and then Replicant was where Japan's like, oh, we're gonna our actual protagonist.
I see. And so basically, it's like red and blue.
Yeah, slight difference. Like in America version, it's an old man protecting his daughter, but in the Replicant, it's a brother protecting his sister.
It's
Okay.
an Oni-san situation.
I see.
I actually like the American version better.
Where it's an old man protecting his daughter.
It's until you look at him, and then you're like, ugh.
He's
Even the
fine.
developers were like, no, bro, we don't know what happened. And his face is just everywhere you look, man. It's just no good. And then even the characters talk shit on him. They're like, man, you just look like shit now. And he's like, yeah.
Kaine's awesome.
Kaine's pretty cool. Miru is the goat too. And he doesn't afraid of nothing. So Christopher, did you wake up from a one-night stand? What was that scene just now?
I woke up from being near murdered.
Oh.
It was a 2-night stand.
I know you weren't
Nice.
paying attention, but Tetsuya Nomura's self-insert went complete sicko mode. He was capable of stopping like a pillar of light from God, and then he sicko moded us, and then he stole Pyra because Pyra was like, I know you need me to open up the gates to the super heaven.
So,
Isma, just shut up for a few minutes.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
So Pyra was like, I know you need me to open the gates to super heaven. If you hurt Rex, I'm gonna kill myself. And then Jin was like, no. Okay, we'll take you and we'll spare your little boy toy.
Oh!
Is it time?
No.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
Oh, I was just reacting to your...
And then Pyra bequeathed my virginity to Nia, the cat girl.
Maybe.
And then the character who never opens her eyes opened her eyes to look at Pyra because she was shocked that she would give that up to her. And now this is happening. Rex is like, fuck everything. I don't have a blade anymore. I'm a loser. I can't beat someone who's faster than the speed of light.
It's just
And no more self-insert is.
Yeah.
when I became the driver of the Aegis.
So why
learned
is it they
driving,
have Digimon
I
as
felt
their
like
swords?
I could do anything.
They're not
Digimon.
Digimon.
But one
was
looks
just
like a
curious.
Garurumon, like a
All I managed
knockoff.
to do is hurt
He's a
them.
lion. Okay.
And then the
one of
other
them-
one-
Okay, one of them looks vaguely like a Digimon. They're not
And then
all
the
like
other
that.
one is basically Terriermon.
That's not a blade. That's a
It's
person.
dude.
No. So what?
Yeah, they got Terriermon and
Those
Garurumon
guys
just
are
sitting
way
in the
out of
back.
my league. I can't beat them. It's hopeless.
That reminds me of Zash
I
Bell.
understand
There's
that
just
now.
that one that looks like a normal
Should
dude.
be safe with them. They're not gonna hurt
And all the
you,
rest of
right?
them are like,
So I'm leaving.
Oh, you mean the one Momoto that's person sized?
yeah. And then is like in a relationship with the woman. You remember that, right?
I do, but we don't talk about that.
And all the rest, like Fabio has like a duck-faced little boy.
Oh man. Fuck of man.
Hurts, yeah?
Shit's so good, bro.
I love Zash Bell.
Which reminds me, there's a whole other third season I didn't know existed, so I think
What was the
I'll
time
start
she
watching
waxed him,
that.
right?
She already did.
Or she waxed him again?
I know.
Brian
Did he
is
just
keeping-
spit on her?
What to do.
Oh.
I couldn't even
When he
see
like
going.
pushed his face into her, like
Even the artificer's attack couldn't touch
I
it.
was like, what the
What
hell?
chance do I have against a guy like that? The more
What if he
I
did?
fight, the more
Spat on her.
Pyra gets hurt.
You should have.
She would be better
What is-
off without me by her side.
Somebody's gonna get smacked.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
fat material has a deep connection to Pyra.
Do you
The
not have the
fat
slightest
material?
idea
That
how
girl.
it felt for her to leave you?
Mm.
That is her purpose in this game. Okay, I'm not.
Do you
gonna
know how
argue
it felt for her to leave you? She was so happy. She's like, please take me now, Lord. He's like, Pyra, you know you don't want to save your friend. She's like, no, leave him. Take me instead.
Maybe Rex is better off without me.
Did you see this, Christopher, or is this the flashback?
This is a former scene. I saw it. Rex didn't.
She's talking hecka crap, but then the flashback is like, oh, she felt the same way. That's
Pyra thought
stupid.
you'd be better off if she was dead. Did you
No.
know that?
She was saying,
She
I don't.
is planning to
No, okay, so
sacrifice
Pyra
herself
cares a
to
lot
defeat
about
them.
Rex. And Pyra thinks that she's only going to get Rex killed because Pyra and Rex share a life force because Rex was impaled through the heart and she had to do it in order to keep him alive.
Hey,
Wait.
Dad.
Okay.
That's
And
why
his
Rex has
parents are
that
dead.
crystal in
That's
his
what
chest.
happened,
Okay.
You know,
That's part of hers.
I became a driver,
Why didn't she just let him die?
and this girl,
And then save all this time?
Pyra,
Because he said that he would take her to super heaven.
my new partner.
But she doesn't need him to take her to super heaven. Apparently she has the key to the gates or whatever.
She does. But
And
depending
what she needs
Look,
this useless
okay.
fool's ass.
Elysium is the name I've been referring to super heaven.
No,
So
Okay.
Elysium
Next, but
it's like
I'm watching over us.
okay,
Right,
so
guys?
something you need to know is that there is no land. There is only sea, and everyone lives on Titans, which are big creatures that they built their continents on. But the Titans are dying out, so they need more land. And if Pyra goes to
They don't know how
Elysium
to
with
make
Rex,
boats?
no, they don't. They're gonna sink. It's not normal water. It's the Cloud Sea. The Cloud Sea is much denser than normal water.
Okay, I'm following.
Okay, so if Pyra goes with Rex to Elysium, they can open up Elysium and create a whole new continent that's essentially the size of the whole world. Okay, so watch this real quick. That girl is strong enough to break an entire building between her hands. And she's going to punch Rex in the face.
Now is not time for excuses.
No. She's much gentler. She's not like the other bitches.
Oh no, she's gonna go
So-
for a kiss now. Oh no.
Anyways, so if Pyra and Rex can do that, then they can stop all the wars because there are wars being fought purely because there's no land and land is dying off and people don't want to die in the ocean. But Jin wants to go to Elysium so that he can destroy it. And then he wants to eliminate all life on Earth. And if he had the power of Pyra and the other being that's like Pyra, Malos, who's already on his side, then they could eliminate all life on Earth.
You know, I never got villains who want to destroy all life.
Jin wants to
On
do it
anything.
because literally everyone on the planet fucking ruin the planet. He watched it happen.
So
That includes him, no?
I mean, he's the one that
Not
wants
him.
to destroy it. So
So he doesn't want to kill everybody then.
He does. He wants to kill all human beings, which would kill most of the blades.
Is he not a human being?
My prince?
No, he's a blade.
No.
Chum,
sounds like a dick.
my old man wants to see you. Time to go.
I never understood villains who have the motivation to destroy the Earth. I mean, you live on it. You intend on destroying it.
You like Heath Ledger Joker though.
Well,
you
Heath
know,
Ledger, he's just
Some
doing.
men just want.
That's
to
because
watch
he's
the
a good
Joker
actor.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the Joker. He likes the actor.
Yeah, I do. That is very true.
He did a good performance. That's about it. Where did that Joker go in that series?
To heaven.
Christian Bale is the.
No one knows what happened to him. He just kind of vanishes after.
It's weird how Christian
that one
Bale
film.
only had to stop the Joker once and that was it. But every other Batman across the timelines has just let the Joker fuck his life up.
Well, I mean,
I'll do my
Joker
best.
already realized, I guess, he was gonna blow himself up.
What?
They hinted him coming back, which is stupid. But you could kind of finagle your way into thinking like, oh well, he just gave up because it didn't work.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Joker. He just vanished. without
Well,
trace.
the in real life universe answer is that his actor fucking died.
That is very true.
So if you want to think of a reason why he didn't come back, you could just make that the reason. He
Yes.
just gave up. It didn't work, so he gave up.
That's the most depressing non-answer to a Batman Joker story ever. The
Okay.
Joker just gave up. He
And
tried
died.
once, it didn't go good, and he's like, eh.
Well, then here's how I imagined it. He had a balloon that he jumped onto, and then he floated away into the sky.
Watch your mouth.
Classic Joker shit.
And he died.
No, I was gonna say more like Jack Nicholson Joker, where like the rope snaps and then like he falls to his
Falls?
death.
He could.
But he has the,
At your command.
which is a real nice thing that I can appreciate
Mm.
now, the laughing machine in his pocket,
I won't let you
Ooh.
down.
so that the Joker has the last laugh.
Ah,
Yeah, no, yeah.
there you go.
Got it.
Well, the Jack Nicholson one.
When the police, they go to find, it's good.
I'm calling these
Oh,
guys
oh.
Alba Trojans.
I actually really like Jack Nicholson Joker.
Yeah, I thought he did good.
Ready to go?
Okay, so let's name the Digimon.
What was I doing again?
Never mind.
Although I would have liked Christian Bale Mini Man back in
I wanted to name
the
the
Schumacher. Yeah, I think that would have been a good
All right,
combo.
Chris, show us the Digimon.
Okay.
Okay, that's the one-eyed fool.
This is his guy.
Watch this. This is the best part of the game.
You just watch animation.
Bing. Bing. I think I got a common blade.
You're like catching a Pokemon with a Pokemon.
Oh my god, is this a Xenoblade loot box we're seeing right now?
Wait, you can have different kinds of blades?
Yeah.
Then each character doesn't have their own limit?
No. You can have many. In fact, you can equip 3 at a time, and you can have just a shit ton in your box.
I will do all that I can
It's Tyson.
to serve you.
No.
No.
So they basically have loot boxes.
They're not loot boxes. You find them in the game.
I get that, but it's still technically a loot
You got
box because it's
Yaka.
randomized. I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know, I think they skirted okay. Now if it was like, oh, you have to level up to get these gears, then that would be, no, that's...
No, that's true. That'd be a bigger pain in the bum.
So they're staring down the barrel of the transactions as well. They're not quite there yet.
I mean, it's not actual transactions, which is fine.
Yeah, loot
Yeah,
box.
yeah.
Loot box.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I really don't like when games do the whole loot mechanic where it's randomized.
Also, you didn't like any of the Borderlands?
I don't think I've ever played any of the Borderlands games.
Okay.
I always thought Borderlands looked like shit.
I think that's why I never played them, because I just didn't like how it looks. Although I do like Tales from the Borderlands, that Telltale game. I really love that one. That was good. It's really good.
That's one of the better Telltale ones.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah, it didn't save the company, did it?
No.
Well,
Well,
that-
nothing
wait.
could have.
You really couldn't save that company. Bad management.
Yeah.
That's really what it came down to. It was really piss poor management. If
It's
the-
poor.
Yeah, piss poor. You know, if they had good management, then that company would still be around.
I really do think if they had just committed to like one of those a year.
Really,
Instead of 5 or
they
6
had like
a year.
Yeah.
they had like 4 IPs that were super strong. They had Game of Thrones, they had The Walking Dead, they had The Wolf Among Us.
The
they
Game
had
of Thrones ones were awful.
There was only the one. They never
I know,
made
but it was
another one.
awful.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it, but that's because I was a Game of Thrones fan.
More people thought it was awful than people who enjoyed it.
Well, you know,
At the end of
they
the
can
day,
go
yeah.
screw themselves.
Well,
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
They'd have come for her anyway.
There were problems with it, sure, but I did enjoy it.
Man, I really wanted a third Batman Telltale game to come out.
I still have
Those
to
were
play those.
good.
They were real good.
I still have to play those. I have them on my computer though, so they're on the 2.
Yeah, no, anytime you say that Tales from the Borderlands is my favorite and you also say I haven't played the Batman games, I
No,
want to
Tales
put
from
my
the
fist
Borderlands
through
is
your
not
face.
my favorite. The Wolf Among Us is my favorite.
Oh yeah, Wolf Among
Wolf
that's-
okay,
Among Us is
that's
pretty great.
That's
okay,
my
but play
favorite.
Batman and then come back and then yeah. at
No,
least-
The Wolf Among Us is my favorite, and then I like The Walking Dead one, the first one.
Yeah.
Those
That's-
are probably the best Telltale games.
Yeah, and that's because that one actually put some tears in my eyes at the very end.
Oh yeah, no man.
It really did. I did tear up at The Walking Dead, the first season.
Walking Dead season 1, Wolf Among Us, and then the second season of Batman is particularly stronger than the first, but they're both good.
Oh no, you get to bone Catwoman.
But
in the first
Tales
one,
from
I
the
like it.
Borderlands is a strong
In order to win over the people.
game, I would say. Really good. It's really funny. That's why I enjoyed it.
Before long,
Got that comedy.
we resolved to protect ourselves from
It's more
Also,
lighthearted.
Christopher, did you ever play any more of that Back to the Future Telltale game?
taking
Yeah, how's
the
that one?
dirty secret.
I liked it though. It was good.
All
But it's not on the list of good Telltale games. I wouldn't put it.
I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
It's okay.
You
I
ever
remember
played,
we got stuck because something was bugging out and we couldn't get freaking Doc Brown to give us the info, so I had to.
You ever played Poker at the Inventory? That's one of the Telltale's really old games before they really did the old, like Walking Dead style.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Oh, you mean the Heavy Rain style, but better?
yeah.
So wait, that's just a bunch of characters playing poker, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was like Team Fortress 2. They had some. I think you had like the Rayman Bunny looking thing.
They had the Venture Brothers guy in there.
Yeah. They had
Yeah.
a bunch of random characters. And it was just poker. It was literally just poker, and they were making jokes.
Wait, which Venture Bro character?
You know the one, big guy.
Okay, that's the one I wanted. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a fun game. There's also a sequel to it too.
Mm.
Poker Night 2, I think.
That was Sam and Max.
Yeah. Those are pretty good. They have some
Poker Night, Night of
interesting games.
Poker.
Yeah.
Is what you see before
I wish there was a third one. I would like a third poker
So, in other words,
game.
your side
How does that work? Is it you're just playing poker and then dialogue happens?
Yeah, yeah.
or-
Yeah, you're just playing poker and then
And
and they all talk shit. It's great.
Oh, okay.
I mean, after like 2 or 3 games though, the dialogue starts to repeat itself. But
Core chips
yeah,
are vital to
That sucks.
every
Yeah.
nation's
that's when it gets boring. And you're just like, God damn it.
The Praetorian
But up until that point, it's great.
That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
Praetorian. Oh god, what's that ghoulish like
So,
creature behind
What beer did you guys want
For the
before I
Praetorian
go?
Uh,
was a precious chance to
they're labeled Blue Moon.
it? I will take a blue moon. Also.
There's also a Mike
Did you want one?
Hard Lemonade in there if you want that. Okay.
No, you're not allowed to have that one. That one's mine.
Okay.
Okay.
2 Blue Moons.
Chris, did you want anything?
No,
As I'm going to the fridge.
no, I'll have something later.
Thank you, Isma.
for yourselves. Near frozen earth.
Kevin,
failing crop,
this continent is frozen because this man has been stealing energy from the being that he lives on to give it to the Praetorium, which is the religion of this
Why
world.
not just leave the cloud sea?
Okay.
Genbu can move, right? Just go somewhere
Just
warm.
go somewhere warmer,
they fear contact
Says
with other
she.
nations.
Learn to build a boat.
Just
says he.
No.
expose the truth behind
How could that
the
work?
ugly
You
spot.
said that's impossible.
that would
You can't just live on a boat.
So these are a bunch of climate change deniers.
indeed.
You're in the wrong.
That was 5 centuries.
You can't just live on a boat, he says.
For the entire continent, Kevin?
Yes.
The Praetorian
Thank you, Ishmael.
Do you have your thing, Kevin?
My thing a thing?
He does.
Your ID?
It's
No.
no, not that thing. The other thing. No, it's in.
See you later, Isma.
Threatening.
Indol is threatening him,
I
Gregory.
get it now.
I can hear that.
That's what was
That
in
man
the
is the
letter.
prince. That's so the guy, the big man who's talking.
Yeah.
That's the daddy of Zeke, our guy.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean? Big bearded guy?
Yes.
And that's why you.
Yes.
Big man who's talking. That's the father of big man on the left.
Would use the Aegis against
Okay.
us.
They use a bunch of words I don't understand, which is shit I hate about like RPGs and anime. But
You would know it
the
if you.
gist of it is very simple.
I told you I was giving you no context.
And perhaps by saving
No, they live on space rails and they're fucking up the space
I
rails.
could
Yes.
absolve the
Everybody.
sins of my forefathers.
You didn't think about
And
using
do
the
the characters
Aegis as
understand
power
that?
yourself?
Wielding such
Yes.
power is beyond my means.
Okay.
I am under no illusions.
I am under no illusions.
However, does the same apply
So I mean,
to you?
we put the volume really low, but I wish I
felt
could have,
something.
like,
When I
portrayed
looked
to
in
you
your
guys.
eyes, I knew
Most of the voice acting
Oh, I know about the voice acting.
the
awful.
one to
It's-
whom
No.
we can
No, it's
entrust
awful.
the Aegis is
It's good.
Rex is fucking terrible.
Father.
People, it's a bunch of weeaboos hating dubs, but I actually really like the accents, the
I can
where they chose to get
bring
these people
nothing
from.
but
I don't
Really interesting.
look. It's it's a very actually really well like.
this token
So for each continent, they picked a certain accent for all the people of that continent to have.
according
like
to
there's a
this,
continent,
he saved
our,
the world from destruction
frick,
using a
where
white
Nia
sword.
is from,
Mhm.
they all speak
And
with a
then
Welsh
disappeared,
accent, and so does
along
Nia.
with a
Oh,
red.
What's a Welsh accent?
From Welsh,
White and red.
Land of Welsh?
It must
from
mean
the Wales
Winter and Pyra
Islands,
swords.
The whales?
Whoever wrote
from the Wales.
must have had
Oh,
a
it is.
personal
Oh, it is
connection
Ace of Spades. He was
to
totally right.
And
Anyways, I don't care. The accents are fine. I think it's a nice detail, but the actual voice actors are really not good voice actors.
the third Aegis sword.
Not good voice actors indeed.
Also, there's a third Aegis sword.
Apparently, this sword was as
Okay, well,
transparent as dark
Which is lost or
and gave off a clear
nowhere to be
brilliant
found.
light.
Sealed away, more likely.
But
You see,
Adam
I was
is
working with
alive.
what I believe to be the most powerful being on this earth. Nope, there is something more
In
powerful.
fact, he could not use
Surprise.
What do you mean, couldn't?
They couldn't see the sword.
Even the man who created creation, Adam himself, could not wield this
it.
sword.
Even he,
His name is
the
Adam.
legendary
Yeah.
hero, could not contain the power it commanded. And thus, fearing its power, he sealed it away somewhere.
That's almost exactly what you said, Greg. I love it.
The author
So we just sealed it away somewhere.
surmised
See, I understand the RPG
that
plot.
this sword alone was
Greg,
the
why don't you
one
just write
true
yourself an
sword
RPG? I'm sure you can do a good one. At least write one, for at least.
Most of them are fairly simple.
You were
The chosen
defeated
hero.
by Jin.
Who comes from
Doubtless that
humble
man is a
circumstances.
powerful warrior.
they don't understand what Faye has
Even
in
so,
store.
can this be right? Can the
What?
Aegis herself
Shut up.
truly be outmatched
Oh, you're just
by a
naming all the
single
key points
opposing
there.
warrior?
It's just funny.
Yeah, this guy is a Simon, isn't he, Christopher? He worked in like a mine or some shit.
He's a salvager.
But
He
you
used to
lost
dive for
because
things.
you
Yeah.
have yet to unlock the true power.
So he would dig in and Simon would dig out. See, virtually the same.
I'm the one who's been holding them back.
Simon is the best at that trope, by the way. At least in anime stuff.
Yeah. Love you, Shimo. So good.
I mean, Simon.
Yeah.
You can see his tank.
Your Majesty, where is that
Where
sword?
evil
We
lurks.
have to find it somehow. We have to find that sword and rescue Pyra and Mithra.
Inside the taint of the chosen lies
The
evil.
book does not specify
Where
the
no
sword's
man is meant.
location.
But there must be.
However, reading between the lines,
Seems the author
it
suspected.
seems the author suspected that
Oh, the
sword
author of what?
lies
Someone wrote
somewhere
something?
in
Yeah.
Nephilim.
Oh, a book on where to
It's
find the
not
sword.
much, but that's
There were
where
historians who
I
wrote
begin
about the
research.
exploits of Adam,
Okay.
the original wielder of the Aegis,
Are you
and he saved the world, and he also destroyed the world, and such and such. He's a great hero. It's and but people hated him, and they defected from him, and that's how the world became the way that it is.
Are you Rex?
Okay, so they turned against him.
Yes.
Of course.
Honestly, I think the most
So it's
interesting.
very biblically inspired.
And then I'm gonna take
Yeah.
you to Elysium.
But why did they turn? Is that ever explained, or that's just no? Don't ask questions. They turned on him.
They turned because so the anti-Adamers is I think is what they're straight up
Anti-Adamers.
called.
Okay.
They felt like what he was doing, the means at which it was, or the results really, because he was
The
able
end.
to stop the evil Aegis Malos. He stopped him. Him and Mithra won, but 3 continents were taken out in the fight. And people were like, what the fuck? You can't just do that, Adam. And he was like, no, you don't understand.
No, the response. Did you see how tough that guy was, though? Jeez. Don't at me.
It's like when people got mad at Superman for destroying the city he was protecting. Didn't you see how strong Zod was?
No, but to be fair, Superman flew Zod into the city and then destroyed it.
And then killed him in a single strike.
Yeah, it wasn't a single. There were many strikes thrown in that fight.
No, when he had him on his knees, and then Zod was slowly starting to turn and look at those people.
Yeah, which is dumb because it implies that his beams can only shoot forward and he can't actually control the way that they shoot.
And Superman couldn't put his hands over his eyes because it would have blown through his fists, apparently.
Would they have?
No.
I don't think so.
Because he's
I'm pretty sure Kryptonians can take heat vision, no problem.
Because he's been hit with the lasers and he's fine. But no, he's like, when he's holding his hand, I'm mimicking the motion, but you can't see. He's got his hands on his head and he's slowly turning.
No, I think he actually has him, yeah, he has him pinned, but yeah.
Oh, she knew exactly.
And then he's like, no, and then he just snaps his neck.
The
That's what he comes up with. He doesn't throw him in the Phantom Zone.
The reason she gave her core crystal to the bull.
Not
Although,
that
to
kind
be
of-
fair, anyone that gets thrown into the Phantom Zone breaks out.
An Aegis core
Phantom Zone is a joke.
encodes the blueprint.
Well, so is Arkham.
She
It's
took advantage of
That's just the fate of comics.
Incredible.
The Phantom Zone is literally supposed to be
Ideas
like, you
such a
can't
thing
get
was
out, but
possible.
everyone gets out.
Aegis is truly our
No, and this is only ever really talked about in Smallville, and I guess in every other source material it's kind of implied
the fact that their injuries are
that
mirrored is a
Superman's
result
dad Jor-El is the
of
one that made the
those
Phantom
exchanging
Zone, right? But
information. If you
so
want
that
to be
he
political,
and
it's
his
easy
line
to
could
their
never be
lives
sent
are
to the
intertwined.
Phantom Zone, he made a fail-safe that everyone inside knows about.
He had a back door that
Yeah.
everyone knows about.
Yeah,
Okay.
Before issuing the
Fucking
killer
Jor-El.
order,
no,
What
that
was the
and
scientist?
I think he had there's
boy,
which is dumb
letting him
because
evolve.
there's kind of the idea that more people survive the
And Aegis
Krypton
can
explosion.
survive
In some iterations, he's responsible for the Krypton explosion.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
ask
in this
why.
particular one, there was like a lab assistant, I guess, that he couldn't send her to Earth for I don't know why. So he put her in the Phantom Zone. He's like, oh, but if you need to get out and go to wherever, he gave her like a little.
He
Gave her-
wrote a post-it note and he like.
Yeah,
put it in
he's
the
like, this
Phantom
will get
Zone.
you out if you need to.
And everyone finds it. Nah.
No, everyone knows they're like, oh, we know Jor-El has a fail state somehow, some way in here.
But
And I think there's a comic where Batman's like, yeah, no, it's bullshit. I'll just break out.
simple as that.
Fuck Batman.
I'm like, Batman, you're so good, Batman. They're like, what if we just throw Batman in the Phantom Zone? He's like, no, I'll break out. Straight up, no, that won't. Where he's like, no. If you do that, I'll be really pissed, says Batman. And they're like, woof. Bro. Man, Batman Who Laughs kills Superman so good, Greg. You gotta start reading.
I was planning to, but then you told me a bunch of shit that I didn't want to hear.
No, you needed to hear it, bro. So when you read it, you're like, oh my god.
I was finally gonna do it. That was gonna be one of the next comics I read.
I don't know, it's still there. Well, by the time you do get around to, you'll probably have like a whole
We'll
story
see.
to read. Yeah.
I don't know. I've been getting more into Batman comics recently, actually, because I read The Long Halloween,
Mm-hmm.
and that was fucking awesome. That's one of my favorite comics.
Didn't they recently make a movie about that? An animated one, The Long Halloween?
Probably. They made an animated movie about every Batman comic at this point.
His comics do the best.
But yeah,
Or they're very much up there.
a lot of the ones I've read are really good. Because I also read What was one? I think I told you about.
Did
it.
you read Dark Knights?
No. I was gonna read Year One, and then I was also gonna read because I guess I was just gonna read all of them at some point. I read Gotham by Gaslight.
Okay,
is
yeah.
1800s Batman.
Mm. You should read. I don't think it's a Batman, but you should look into the Superman Red Sun because that's Russian World War II setting.
Also on my list. Where
Also, Russian Batman is badass, bro. Because it's
That's
just
true
Batman. There's
so they're all in Russia.
yeah,
Okay.
it takes place in that part of the world.
Okay. That's interesting. It's not what I would have expected, but
Yeah, and he has a big freaking Soviet Union symbol on his chest. Superman does.
I've seen it.
It's good.
It's really cool. I've loved so much of the art in a lot of the comics I've read recently. It's made me kind of hate the way Marvel comics are drawn now. 'Cause I hate the way they look. But so many of the DC ones have such unique art. Like Long Halloween was fucking amazing. So much of it was like it had the shadows. It had big shadows, and Catwoman looked cool. Do you remember how Catwoman looked?
I do. It's all purple, but it's like more of like yeah.
Was this village?
I'm doing it with my feet now. Sorry, Christopher.
Really that important?
No, you're cool, man.
No, there's
You mean it's
no. Long Halloween has always been popular. Like there's always like costumes for that, like in the Arkham games if you unlock them.
It's really cool. Even Falcone looks awesome. That's the best looking Falcone. All the other ones are just fat dude.
Well, yeah. When they were writing the comic for Falcone, they're like, yeah, all we need is a fat dude crime boss man.
I actually don't like that. I like because in Long Halloween he has the scars across his face, 3 scars running across his face like he got hit by like a falcon. Obviously, it was like he got scratched. Like some woman probably slapped him, but it looked sick.
I like the continuity in which, and the DC movies do this too, where Batman is actually one of the first heroes.
Yes.
In the sense that he, and it makes sense why Batman fights goons. And then a lot of his comics now later is where like all the Justice League and all that stuff is like happening.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's good.
I agree. Me personally, I actually think it makes more sense that Batman is one of the older superheroes. Because then he kind of works his way up, has the experience.
Yeah.
And him as an older mentor figure for a lot of the heroes. Or not necessarily the mentor, but like he understands what's going on. Is good.
I've seen it
and
before.
Superman works better if he's younger. A young Superman is the best Superman because he doesn't know everything.
Here goes.
And so that could be one of his weaknesses, but...
Oh, that's the thing. I would equate the Batman Who Laughs to All-Star Superman.
Yeah?
That's the...
Really?
Yeah.
You're really high on this one.
No, because, like, I've seen stuff out of context. So, based on what I've seen, yeah. He really builds himself up, that one.
There lies the cavern, known as
Like, you know, like how Lex Luthor built himself up, but then gave it away because he couldn't kill Superman?
Yes.
Yeah, Batman doesn't do that. He's like, no, why would I give my power away to kill some fool? That's stupid.
Because Lex Luthor is the greatest... He's the
greatest criminal mastermind of his era. He is. You are correct.
He knows what he wants. He knows what it needs to happen. And he doesn't compromise on that point.
God, Lex Luthor's so cool.
Something deep within the body of the Titan.
Oh, have you read any Hush stuff?
Yes, I read Hush.
There was recently a Hush movie that was really good. Because freaking Hush, all he is just some doctor who's just as good as Batman, but he doesn't crime fight.
Yes.
And how he somehow he pays Poison Ivy to brainwash Superman into killing Batman.
Yes. Which is incredibly convoluted, but I liked, actually.
I liked how close she got. And how Superman just didn't kill her immediately. And, not kill her, but...
It was a more...
The idea that Superman is still surprised when people have kryptonite still is dumb.
Well, in universe, why wouldn't he be surprised? Literally, kryptonite is like the parts of the planet that exploded that far into space along with him.
Yeah, but...
It's literally like there's only like so much of it on Earth. But everyone found it and has it.
No.
What?
Have to do it. Every moment we waste,
Batman who
Pyra
laughs
and
and
Mithra
learns
could
how to
be.
make modified kryptonite.
God damn
You're
it.
ready for what lies ahead.
It's pretty. There's a throwaway line where he's like, "This is modified black kryptonite, Superman." What's funny about this is I threw this at Supergirl. She killed her whole family before she died terribly. He's like, "Here, catch." And I was like, "Ah!" It's good. Like how he, instead of shooting a stupid gas grenade at Superman, he just laced an entire space station with kryptonite infused oxygen or some shit. Like he laced the filters with it, so Superman was breathing it in, and then he.
See, that's some shit. That's why I like iterations where kryptonite is actually also technically poisonous to humans, because it's irradiated.
It is a radioactive substance. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Lex Luthor gets a super cancer because he has one on him all times, which I actually really like. Because then it's like, well, humans can't be messing around with this too much because it's fucking irradiated.
Yeah.
Time to take back what I lost 5.
So
And what's dumb is the
years
Smallville
ago.
continuity had like it actually changed people's DNA and shit. Like that's where the radiation angle I imagine, but I like to think it got to the point where actually it's so deadly that people are just dying and they just don't mess with it no more.
Kryptonite,
The Aegis is the
honestly, is an
master
underutilized substance.
Also, do you
in the
remember
lore.
when the Green Lantern could make kryptonite?
Malice can do
No.
things we can only dream of.
I don't remember that at all.
And
Yeah, for whatever reason, Green Lantern and Superman were fighting, and Superman clearly the bad guy in the.
Because he
Or
is
maybe he's not.
something
I don't
else.
know. They're fighting and and it's old too because after they did that, I forget who made some big scuff about it, and they had to write it out of the continuity that the Green Lanterns could do
As
that.
an empty husk, that
That
is.
makes sense because
No, bro, because fuck Superman.
Malice doesn't hold back.
well, it messes with the power scaling.
Don't blame me.
No, I mean in
It's
theory,
our fault.
it makes sense that the Green Lantern should be able to make anything, whatever, like the
But then
restrictions only your will or whatever.
But then every lantern could do it because they all basically have the same power. They just
No,
have
but
different
I don't
sources of
think
power.
all the yes they could, but I don't think they would know. Like they would think to make that's because kryptonite's a very specific thing that they would have to know to make to.
We were just talking about how everyone in fucking DC Comics has kryptonite when they need it.
No, Batman has kryptonite and he hands it out to people when he needs to because he can afford it.
That's true. Him and Lex. Well, that's in universe. Him and Lex Luthor could afford to buy it
Yeah.
and search for it.
Oh man, I love the movies where there are throwaway lines where it's like, "Oh, Mr. Wayne, Lex Luthor is like to reschedule the appointment for the merger," and he's like, "No, cancel it." He's like, "No."
That happens in one of the Batman comics I read.
Yeah. And it just reminded me of this liar scene. He's like, "Oh no, tell him I'm on vacation. Tell him I got snowed in." He's like, "But sir, you want me to tell Lex Luthor that you got snowed in on vacation?" Yes, Alfred.
I think that was Hush. In Hush, Batman owned the Daily Planet too.
Stumbling for?
Sorry, my lady. I've been feeling.
I mean, because why wouldn't he? Yeah, that makes sense.
You too?
You too, Lady Bridget.
Yes.
What's going on, Christopher? Sorry, we were talking about DC
Though I'm
Comics.
still
for
capable
whatever.
of staying.
Okay, so after
Same here.
Big King Man
What's up
told
with this
Rex
place?
about the being
It's
of a
kinda
third
creepy.
kind, Rex went home
What is going
and
on
then
here?
his little flying friend he keeps in his
fear
helmet
is
was like, "Rex, I know exactly where it is."
You knew
And then they opened up the door to it,
The tales
and now they're in
of
here, the Spirit Crucible Elpis.
saps
Um,
the strength of
And
blade.
this area is the
It's
hardest
one
area
of the
in the game
reasons
to get through
why none
because you're not
have
allowed to
ever
use your
returned
blades.
from its depths.
You don't have your blade with
Fun.
you, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Flows scarce in this area.
Or
That
Diet
might be
Schultz
cause
does
of
it.
problems.
What's his name?
Like that time in the Tantalese Palace.
Rex,
Reeks?
That's not
Oh.
only thing.
Mister, I'm not gonna
Glowing
remember that.
particles in air.
how are you not
They
going to remember
absorb
it? It's 3
ether.
letters.
That is source
Because he's
of life.
boring as shit.
So
Shulk
not
is
only
easy to
do you
remember.
possess Power, the power you
Because
do
it
have is
pops
being
out at you.
absorbed.
Yeah, and he goes
That's jolly
backslash.
tragic.
You were right, Poppy. That'll be just fine.
Rex is like
Never
whatever.
better.
Rex is like your dog's name.
Of course.
Like
Lots of
like the
fish
dog in
out,
the group
didn't
should be
ya?
named Rex.
Also, I just want to bring attention to this blade that I have with me currently.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
Oh, the fish lady?
What?
What?
Why do you think they're a fish?
Is she not? She looks like she's inspired
Is she a
by
plant?
mermaids.
Is she a leaf blade?
She's not even a she.
Oh, that's a boy.
Yeah.
There's that sweet ass boy pussy right there.
No, it's ass pussy you're referring to.
Oh no, they go by both.
What have we here?
In my experience,
You didn't answer. I
plants.
saw those feminine hips.
Leaves. Yes.
Those
childbearing
life-
hips?
No. Those good for the pushing hips. The life. But
We have to cross that.
gentle
Yes,
male hips.
but we must proceed with caution. Once we enter, the blades will
I'd
be
also
But it's a
like-
fish. It's a
most
fish,
of their
isn't it?
power.
What?
What's the fish
If they
age of
run out
consent?
energy, they
I don't know.
will be
You have to
forced
refer
return
to
their core state.
fuck. What is
And
that
there's a
Guillermo del
chance they
Toro
could
movie?
never be reawakened.
The water
Paddy?
one.
You'd better just
Where
stay
she
here
fucks
and
the
guard
fish.
fort.
Why just me?
Or half the movie, she's like, "Hey, is it cool if I fuck the fish?" And they're like, "Yeah, girl, get it."
Yeah, get in
I'm
there.
staying. You ought to stay.
I'll be fine.
Who knows?
When am I ever not?
If you're going,
I'm
I
ordering
need
you
to see
to
that
stay
movie.
here.
It's like,
is there something wrong?
Pandoria was just
see, this
agreeing
is
to stay
I'm losing
behind.
brain cells right now.
No, man.
I'm going with you.
No,
We made a
it's like the
promise,
age
didn't
of
we?
water or some shit.
Don't
Secret
you dare
water.
say you've forgotten.
Ah,
Water is in the
I
title,
go where
I'm
you
sure.
go. End of story.
fine.
Dark water.
My lady.
I'd also
I'm
like to
fine.
point out,
We can't
Um,
give up now. We've
I've
come
been
this far.
walking from cutscene to
Don't.
cutscene. I
Yeah.
haven't really
I
done
know what you're
anything.
gonna say.
Well, you said that's what the game though. There's not much fighting.
That's
I
like
don't know what's in
75% of the
there.
game, yes.
But apart from Tora and Poppy,
That's a
we're
lot
going
of
to find our abilities severely weakened.
anime
Be
RPGs.
careful, Rex.
I wouldn't say a
Yes.
lot. I would say
Healing
Xenoblade,
arts are going to be
Xenoblade
less
2,
effective
Kingdom
too.
Hearts 3.
One nasty
Um,
wound and that'll be the end of you.
Yeah,
That wasn't my
Kingdom Hearts
experience with
3.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't beat 3, but from what a good chunk of what I played, it was more.
You got it, Rex.
At least felt like you were more hands-on in this.
Well, once you get to the end game, yeah, once you get to the end game,
No, but what about Remind?
Remind is about the same.
I was gonna say, I thought Kingdom Hearts 3 actually had a lot more combat than the other Kingdom Hearts.
Probably because you didn't finish it, though.
I 100%ed it.
Well, then you spent a lot of time 100%ing, didn't you? I'm talking
So
like...
then, yeah, I was gonna say maybe my experience is
Great work.
biased because I would have had to spend a lot of time. on
I'm
combat.
saying in 3, if you... From the story, if you go from story start to finish, it's like... It's not 75%, but it's like half cutscenes. They spend a lot more time in cutscenes than they probably need to. Just because they feel like they have to explain everything.
Well, they don't explain much. That's what I've always liked about Kingdom Hearts, though, the cutscenes.
Wow, world has many amazing
They're
places
so
in it.
dreamlike.
We discovered good
I don't think I've ever articulated that point.
Come out, come out.
In my
But
experience,
Kingdom Hearts games in general, I get that feeling from them. I don't know if it's intentional. You mean like the cutscenes are
Maybe
always
a little
like,
bit.
the dialogue is super slow. Someone will say something. What would something Sora would say? Look inside you, and then he would pause.
Now, look inside me.
And pause.
Let me look inside you and pause.
Are we the same?
are you
Pause. All of us?
Never
No music
better.
either.
Is he saying pause or is he waiting for dramatic effect? Because I like to think he says the word
thicker these
pause.
particles get?
The director says pause.
Yeah, an unedited version of the game gets leaked
Your
by
concern
accident.
is touching.
So it like or an
Worry
unfinished
about
copy maybe.
yourself, yeah? I can look after her.
Hasn't happened in a long time.
Zeke, you don't look so good
Or
yourself.
I guess ever.
Is
Kingdom
something
Hearts
wrong?
3. One of my favorite parts.
Oh,
Riku actually shows
I
up in
didn't
a
think it was
gummy
worth
ship,
mentioning, but,
and you see that that's what
What?
they actually look like. You
What?
remember that at the end? He picks up Namine.
Namine. Yeah.
I told you about the time I almost bloody
Yeah,
died.
Kevin, he's actually in a gummy ship. That's just what it looks like.
Man.
That's not a cartoon representation. He's flying around in that
My
shit.
prince, Zeke. Not like this.
Oh,
Not
knocking
here.
a bunch of stuff.
Not far now. Just a little further. You can do it.
Just leave me.
Why are you smiling while you say this, sir?
Go on.
Because he's actually just high.
No. If you die.
And he's having one of those.
Wait, where is that?
What?
It's so good.
Look, he's having an anxiety, like, panic attack.
I'm sorry.
Because he got too
I
high.
hope your next drive.
And he thinks he's dying.
I don't want another driver. You're good enough.
Now he fell asleep. He's
His
having a
hand
nap.
didn't hit the floor when it bounced back. It's not good to zoom in on those types of things. Or especially like old PS1 PS2 games when they would zoom in on character models' faces, and it's like, why? Why would you do this, sir?
I refuse to forget our 10
God, I
years
fucking love those
together.
games.
It's not
Yeah,
going
they
to
were good.
happen.
I wish more games. You know how there are games that go for like that 2D aesthetic,
Letting you die.
like the Nintendo era, early Nintendo era. I wish there were more games that went for like the early PlayStation era graphics, PlayStation 2.
But just make it run like the smoothest you can make it, but it'll still
Yes.
okay.
But it has that polygon look to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would love to play a ported version of Spawn the Eternal
Sucks.
Yeah.
on my PlayStation. That'd be pretty cool.
Be a bandit's blade.
Or I don't know, Parasite Eve.
But
I love the. I just love
I
the look
guess
and
I
stuff
won't
like that.
remember.
Was there ever a PS2 port of Parasite Eve? Maybe the second one. right?
Wasn't it on? Or was it on PlayStation?
Maybe the first one was? I don't know.
I thought it was.
Parasite Eve is one of those franchises that was really cool, and I only ever heard about it after it was dead and gone. So.
Yes. Well, that's a lot of PlayStation era games for me.
Yeah, especially
Fear not.
considering I went with Xbox.
He's going
I was a
to be
Nintendo
fine.
boy.
Oh yeah. What about you, Christopher? Were you just a little boy?
What do you
Saved
think?
him.
What do you think that this guy who was living his whole life with me?
Is proof of that, is it not?
Yeah, no, I see the obsession with Mario and the Sonic, and I see where his roots begin.
Transplant part of your core crystal into
We
his
play
heart.
Mario 64, Donkey Kong
His
Country
wounds were
64,
grave. It
That's
was the
not what it
only
was
way
called.
Donkey Kong
to save
64.
you both.
Yes.
You act like I just threw the country in there. It's not that far off.
Well,
Maybe they should have thrown the country in there.
Actually, I remember not getting Donkey Kong 64 to work.
because we needed the expansion pack, but we couldn't understand that.
Yeah. No, that was the
That's
shit.
unfortunate.
It's all my fault.
Oh man.
Nintendo has always had shitty shit like that.
Actually, I'm glad.
What? Why?
Pod Racers.
Knowing that a part of me is keeping you alive.
What
I
else?
don't know.
Ocarina
it's
of
just
Time.
Nice.
I played Majora's Mask once at a friend's house when I got
What is
scared.
it?
I couldn't play games that had a timer, man. And there's a timer in that game 24/7. You agree, Christopher?
Yeah. Well,
So how do you feel about the
They do
timer
that.
in Persona and all the
It ain't
Persona
no-
games?
I'm over that now,
I guess
Kevin. I'm
you and I are more
25.
alike than you
Well, I mean, I
thought,
don't know.
chum.
Maybe that's some.
Though mine was
Well, when I was a
just
kid, I couldn't handle, like,
surgical
I wasn't
procedure.
expecting it. I had never played a game that had a timer in it before. And it's like, the moon is gonna fall in, like, this
You
many
know,
hours,
the
and it's
people
running,
of
like,
Endor can trace their roots back to Judicium.
I just wasn't ready for it. And I didn't understand how to play it. You've got to
Oh,
walk
okay.
around and find things out in that game.
From temperature.
Just mess around.
Yeah, them.
I would be concerned. Oh yeah, the moon will fall in this many hours. Like, oh.
Fusing
I actually think it's awesome. It's a really cool gimmick.
creating
And
flesh eaters.
I wish more stuff kind of did it, but
Those
at the time I
practices
didn't.
persist in
I
Endor.
didn't understand it.
Hey, so they took
And
advantage
also,
of
my
the
friend was
age
kind of shitty, so he
regeneration
didn't explain anything.
and patched me up with Pandy's core crystal, right? Since I have part of her core in me, I'm a a blade eater, or something.
so
What a great line.
Zeke also has a part of his Blade's core crystal in him, the way that Rex does.
How come he doesn't have a cool crystal like Rex does?
Because he's hiding it.
Is it on his dickhead? What do you mean he's hiding it?
It's on his left pec.
Let's just
Ah.
push on.
Oh yeah, Nintendo's not allowed to show that none of their character models actually have
Nipples?
yes. But there's a
Mario
kid-
has nipples.
Nah, for real?
Yeah, you played Odyssey?
No.
Boy got nipples. He got those big brown ones.
Oh, jeez.
What?
I don't want to think about Mario's nipples, but if you're gonna say it.
But he has them. It's
Hey yo, so how do you feel about Mario and Luigi being people that live in the Mushroom Kingdom, inhabited entirely by mushroom critters?
Well, they could go to the city, but they just don't want to.
I know, but has there ever actually been any other person in a Mario game?
Peach.
as far as
Let me rephrase the question. Aside from the cast,
Pauline.
who?
in Odyssey.
Daisy.
Pauline is in universe the girl from the
What have
Donkey
we here?
Kong game.
Isn't it great we can
Mario's
get all
girlfriend,
this
who he
stuff
broke
right
up with
after
at some
our
point.
specialist field.
And is now dating Donkey Kong, I think.
But that doesn't count because that's a Donkey Kong game, not a Mario game.
She was in Odyssey.
She was in Odyssey. She's the mayor of New Donk City.
Wario and Waluigi.
True.
And anybody who exists in the Wario
But
games.
we never see them living
I said
anywhere.
ahead, aside from the main cast is what I said. You've named all the main cast.
I'm not even sure Wario
Also,
and Waluigi
why
exist.
would actually equate those to just being reskins of the other two, or just not the but what's the Fairly Odd Parent word for it? Not the opposites, but the
The anti-fairies?
Anti-fairies?
yeah,
They're anti-Marios?
yeah. And anti-Luigi will never get into Smash.
Poor guy.
Too bad. Is it because everyone would want to play him? Is that what it is? And then no one would play as Sword Man?
I can't even think of his name, but he would hate him. He doesn't want to do it, I don't think. And he's sick of the memes.
Because he doesn't get it, and he also doesn't think that Waluigi would be an interesting character because he doesn't know what Waluigi does.
But we gotta throw in the 15th sword character.
At least he knows what he can do with those characters. And besides, I think that's like entirely his choice. I think that's what he wants. Sakurai is a crazy RPG weeb, and people,
For the last
you know,
time,
not everybody's like that,
fine.
and people don't really get why he's like that,
Just
but he
worry
just
about
is.
yourself.
So when he makes the decisions, he does that.
I know, that's why
You've
Nintendo's
got
gonna jump in
my
and be
over
like, you
there.
gotta put
You
Minecraft
just
in
put
this.
it right up there.
Steve has to be in this game.
Minecraft is hot.
And
We
here
just
I
signed a deal. We gotta put him in. You're like, no, I don't want him.
am.
He said he played Minecraft though, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put myself to the test.
He makes it a point to play every game of the character that is represented in Smash.
That's pretty crazy.
He wants to know about them.
He is like he's a game man.
That's stupid. Why hasn't he ever played any Dragon Ball game?
Because
The ones on the Game Boy, the ones that issued by his own company.
A, those suck. B, he has said he would never put a character in Smash that is not descending from a video game, and Goku is from an anime.
He's spoken. He refuses. If
Ex-
Nintendo,
okay, but who's the exception where they're gonna be like, but you said this about Goku, and he's like, yeah, well, I'm an asshole.
It hasn't happened yet, but it could happen.
who?
And I'm a little dizzy.
I don't know.
That's all.
Goofy and Donald.
Oh, right. When
That
happens,
would be the
it's
case
best
if
to
Goofy
destroy
and Donald,
it to your
if
head
they were
or
playable
face.
characters, then that would be breaking the rule, even if they were
It's an
Kingdom
old
Hearts
salvage
versions.
When you swim down deep,
I hope they
it
would be
feels like
Kingdom
your
Hearts
head's gonna
versions. At
blow.
least they have cooler
You
outfits
just
and they have
go with it.
weapons.
Don't
Yeah.
fight
But if
it.
they're only accessories to
Stop
Sora,
noticing the
because
pressure.
Sora is an original
Why not
character.
give it a go?
Yes.
He's a video game
Empty my
character.
head.
Yeah, I don't think that would be breaking.
No, but it's been established that Kyrie's getting
I
into
actually
Smash and not
started
Sora.
acting as daft
I
as
think
you.
that could still happen.
Tall order.
Yeah, and then there's gonna be a broken
that's
copy
not very
of
nice.
Kingdom Hearts 3 somewhere.
Especially after Mithra, or whatever her name is.
No, hopefully
Pyra.
they see how no one liked her and then they'll change their minds, maybe.
It
probably
certainly
not.
doesn't
I don't know
matter.
how
decision-
people would react
no.
to Kyrie.
The characters that are going to be in the last two DLC packs, they were decided way before the first DLC was even done.
Mm. And they say packs, but each pack only has
Whatever it
one
was that
character,
Adam hid
right?
down here.
Yes.
Just
I mean-
Lies.
So who's it gonna be?
It's
Mm,
possible.
We don't know.
that
It can't be
he
shit, can it?
and his
They're not gonna go out when they're
allies
Whimper.
I literally saw.
They always could if they wanted to.
I saw an article that literally said Sakurai has confirmed the last two subtly confirmed the last two characters to be added to Smash, and then the article literally said he confirmed that there will be two more characters. He didn't confirm who they would be, but he confirmed that they would
So
be
we can
two.
confirm that he confirmed that there are in fact two more characters coming to Smash, right,
Clearly
man?
don't have it.
Too bad I read 5 pages. I could have just told me that 5 seconds.
I do not think
One of them
Adam would
has
let
to be
the sword
Master
be
Chief.
so easily found.
Dude, that would be the biggest
point in worrying.
hype ever.
You never
Let's just
know.
press
They
on.
only have one Xbox property right now with Banjo.
They hate when people spam dislikes on their videos, like they did with Pyra. They would get like 1 million likes on Master Chief announced for Smash.
Actually, I think that'd be cool, and all his attacks would be like long range, like gun type stuff.
Many
Maybe.
amazing places in it.
But then the other character would have to be Japanese. Because they're not going to do the last 2 characters are Western characters.
No, they definitely would pull.
And then the
Sora
other
from
character is
hat.
Goku.
Sora would be sick. So that's 2 characters that would get tons of hype.
Yeah.
Because people would be fucking shocked that Sora got into Smash.
Okay, so what would be more hype? Sora with like Goofy and Donald assists in the character, or Sora by himself as a character?
I would be fine with either. I personally would love Donald and Goofy in a fucking Smash Brothers game.
No,
Personally.
at the very least, they'd have to be in his final Smash.
Thanks.
American cheese.
Yeah, American sounds good. Thank you.
Where am I
Borky,
going?
Borky.
Fuck.
Is there another one of those?
No. Do you want pepper jack or American cheese on your burger, Gregory?
Okay,
American.
bring it on.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Well, you seem to be adequately leveled for where you are right now.
Well, yeah. I might slightly be over leveled.
Hey Gregory, how do you feel about incarnations of Superman that maybe in subtle ways aren't as strong as Superman?
I think they're fine.
Yeah, like, well, I guess in terms of like maybe a character that can fly and has like invulnerability, maybe, but that's.
So are you talking about Superman that are like that, or are you talking about characters that are based on Superman?
I guess characters that aren't Superman, but they're supposed to be the Superman type character in like in their prospective mediums
that's
wherever
fine.
they are.
They're fine. I'll actually, I would say most of them are fine. That's like,
well,
your general superhero is based
I
on
thought
that.
they were kind of but then Omni-Man came in and he was just the biggest raddest. So
That's what I mean. That's
Yeah.
why I think Superman is the best superhero, because all the best superheroes are based off him. If you want a superhero that can affect a story, you want to base them off of Superman.
Mhm.
Like Omni-Man is an option.
Mhm.
I would think on the low tier end, Mr. Incredible is based off of Superman. He only has invulnerability and super strength, but he's like a Superman light.
Wait, did you say
Mr. Incredible. He's based on Superman.
Is he?
Very explicitly so, yes.
Or, how much is explicitly?
And his design and his super strength and invulnerability are Superman powers. He's like the first guy who had that shit.
Oh no, I like the Omni-Man invulnerability much
All-
better because
all-
it's more accentuated.
Well, all the rest of the superheroes at that time were just people in costumes.
And then the alien shows up and whoa, whoa, whoa.
And he's the first one who could fly. So all guys who could fly are based on Superman. In a way. I know that's not what you mean. But whenever you have a super powerful superhero, that's obviously who they're based on. Like Captain Marvel is based on Superman.
Oh, but speaking of characters who were based on Superman, have you heard of Irredeemable?
No. Now, from the name, I'm assuming this is a character you like.
I do. I've only seen a few screenshots of what Irredeemable's been up to, but in all of the captions have always been worse than Homelander and Omni-Man, so I'm like, cool.
But I'm thinking more of... So you know how a lot of Sentai is based on like how they see Spider-Man?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
get that, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of Sentai now is obviously not like Spider-Man.
Yeah, no.
But you can see the influence through the years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there are characters I would think are based on Superman that
Mhm.
are like through generations
Mm-hmm.
are like a take on Superman that are like a... That's what I mean by like Mr.
Yeah, and it's
Incredible.
unfortunate because some better Superman have come up in
Yeah.
that time.
Okay.
You know that there's a Superman that never made it to Earth?
No.
Apparently there's a timeline where his space shuttle gets like there's a malfunction with like the coordination or something. So the pod never makes it to Earth and he just flies around in space like his whole life.
Really?
Yeah. And I guess because he's exposed to all this different type of solar radiation, he becomes like Human Torch.
The guy from Watchmen.
Oh, Dr.
Manhattan. Who's also kind of a better Superman.
Man, okay, but I don't. I'd actually argue that Dr. Manhattan isn't a Superman because he's just so infused with juice. He could do whatever he wants.
But did you know that that was originally supposed to be a Justice League comic, and that was going to be Superman.
I do remember hearing. Okay, but yeah.
So, but because he couldn't get the rights, or they wouldn't let him, he just invented his own characters. But the story that was going to be Superman.
Oh no, I like his Dr. Manhattan much better.
But that role, that character, that's obviously based on Superman.
Yeah.
And
no, based on Superman in the sense that in this story we need a character that's at the top.
I would agree.
Okay.
Even a lot of, but that was supposed to be Superman. But a lot of characters that are, that are villains, are based on Superman too. Evil Superman is like its own thing now, where it's the all-powerful. He's omniscient. He knows where you are. He can do whatever he wants.
No, you mean the Superman that learns he's telepathic, or like Kryptonians are silent. It's weird. There's a point in his timeline where his powers are actually revealed. Oh, I'm actually a telepath.
He has all kinds of. People do whatever they want. With
No,
Superman.
like, and how he like does his. I think there's a couple pages where he sits down and explains what it actually is. He's like, oh yeah, I actually have a field that I have fully and freely manipulate around me, and I think like the sun increases like the range of it or some. It got really sciencey, and there was a little like, but I'm like, oh okay, that's. And you're like, oh yeah, is it?
That's stuff I love about Superman.
So
you can just write whatever you want about him, because he's Superman, and then you can do whatever you want.
But then you don't because until Omni-Man. Man,
But that's it. Omni-Man is just a Superman. He's just
he's a better Superman because he's bad and he solves the problem immediately like a Superman should.
Yeah. That's the funny thing. Some people don't like Superman, but I think there are so many different iterations of Superman that people just don't think of them as like Superman.
Yeah.
That people like and love. Because you can just do whatever with him. That you can't necessarily do with like a Flash.
Yeah.
Or a Green Lantern per se.
Poor Green Lantern, he was cut out of the Snyder Cut. Because Disney said, no, you better not put that shit in your movie. He's like, oh.
I can't. Did he actually want to do that? That was amazing.
No, they there was an interview where he's like, yeah, no, I really wanted it because it wasn't supposed to be Martian Manhunter at the end. It was supposed to be Jon Stewart that shows up, and he's like, hey, yo, I'm gonna help you out now. But
dude, that would have been even better. Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Why did
you can look this up and read about it.
Why did they hinder this man's vision?
No, not Disney, but WB. Who is it that or whatever?
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they were like, no, you can't put that character in your movie. He's like, no. So I filmed his scene in my backyard because fuck them, but I still couldn't put it in my movie. I'm like, oh.
God damn it.
Okay.
Although to be fair, when it's revealed that freaking what's his name, the general was Martian Manhunter, was cool. I did like that. Even if it was only thought out at the end, it seems like it was planned out, and I do like that.
That's because Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern was such a flop. But they don't want to touch that character anymore.
No, but Zack Snyder,
is different, but they don't know
he's
that.
the correct one, too.
They don't understand that. It's Green Lantern, so they're like, you can't touch that. Because it'll ruin the movie, but that would have made it fucking sick.
Yeah, no, I think the article is about, oh yeah, isn't it funny that even the Snyder Cut isn't the true vision? And then they talk about the things that were cut. And I'm like, man.
God damn it. Let this man work.
No, in the whole interview, he's like, yeah, it's weird. They were really adamant I didn't, and then I don't know if they'll let me make another one because they really didn't want me to put Green Lantern in it.
Well, what sucks is he just had another movie that fucking flopped. It was Army of the Dead.
What?
Oh, that was him?
Hold your horses. There's a long
It had
way
his
to
name
go
attached. I don't know how much he was involved.
Hey,
but that one had a lot of production issues.
Come rest your head on my lap if you like.
Why don't you rest your head in your ass?
I'm
That sucks.
sorry.
Just let this man make superhero movies. I want to see those.
There's no need to apologize.
Maybe they'll let him handle like the
I
extended
understand.
universe stuff. You know, those standalone stuffs that are like still part of the.
Yeah.
Really hoping on that Robert Pattinson Year One Batman because I guess the Riddler's supposed to be the villain and Catwoman.
Oh,
I don't know who they would cast as the Riddler, but I don't know.
I would like to see some Batman content that doesn't have like the Joker as the primary antagonist for a little bit.
I'd like a Batman
Emergency
Arkham Bane that doesn't have the Joker in it at all.
It might help.
Yeah.
Hopefully Gotham
Not
Knights is
gonna
like that.
happen ever.
Thanks.
He's in his brain now. In his mind, he would close his eyes and he would see Mark Hamill
Not
Joker.
like that. You have to hold your nose and then inhale really
Hey, so
deeply.
what about the possibility
Then
that
stretch out
the Snyder didn't
and
intend to
puff
go
out
for
your
a
chest.
more Injustice-like universe
Is
with his
this-
movies?
I could see that. The idea, the
Go
influence,
on,
yeah.
just try it.
That's what I'm thinking that evil Superman is in his movie.
Mhm.
Especially because he seems to be triggered by the, what's her name? Amy Adams?
Bad
Lois Lane.
actress? Yeah.
Yeah.
That really did the trick.
Getting fucking slaughtered
Right.
for some reason. I don't know why.
When I was starting
And
out,
apparently not by...
this was one of the first things
Dark
that the
Side?
just taught me.
No, because
Even though
remember
we
he just
acted
shows
like
up in their
parents.
apartment,
They never really taught me
and
anything
Lois is
worthwhile.
just a skeleton somehow.
I did manage to
Superman.
pick up a couple of
Oh, you
useful
don't
tricks.
remember that part in the movie, bro?
No.
Where it's toward the end and they're explaining like how the whole world went to shit. It's like basically Lois dies and then
Say he really taught me anything.
it's basically it's a voiceover, but you just see scenes of stuff
He was a
happening.
well-known
Yeah.
lord in Gorbot.
And you see
A real
Superman holding what is
old
supposed to be
genius.
Lois's skeleton, scorched to nothing, and he's just holding it. And
But it was all
Darkseid's like, "Oh man, I understand your pain, bro." And then the next thing you see is Superman holding Batman's
nothing
severed
that's
head.
doing me
And
any
you're like,
good
"Whoa."
now.
Wow.
Just useless.
Or not, but it's the
You're
cowl,
some
cowl,
kind
I
of
guess.
high
Cowl.
society
Yeah.
princess.
As
I
Alfred's
can't
head. Right?
picture it.
That'd be so good.
Shattered you.
I hated that when I was watching that ending scene.
Yeah,
It's
I
kind of
think
grown on me since.
Looking back.
only gotten better the more
those
you
were the
think about it.
happiest times of
Remember?
my
Yeah.
life.
I hate that
That's what
Amber Heard is in it. But
Wait, who?
uh,
Oh, redhead from Aquaman.
Aquawoman or whatever.
You had a sister.
Yeah, and not Aquaman. Yeah, no,
She
get
was
her
very
out of there.
frail. I
But,
spent a lot of time at her bedside.
I like the rest of it.
I liked how they revealed Deathstroke's face so it wouldn't be confusing when he was revealed again 3 scenes later.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
No,
not putting
the
that on
immediate
me.
next scene.
Oh, okay, even closer. No.
After that point.
Is that movie still happening? Is that gonna happen? Finally?
Nia.
Didn't we talk about this? Didn't Kevin? Didn't you mention that? What's their face? That studio was so upset that the Schneider cut actually did well commercially that they're not. That they're like, no, that doesn't exist.
No, but see, that's the thing. That interaction exists in both films.
Well,
So that's one of the few things they can't cut because it was in the movie they said happened.
Well,
Unless
sure.
they want to be like, no, the deals fell through and we were going to make it, but then we decided not to for reasons.
Mm.
We needed this actor's career to die so we could buy them for next to nothing and then make the or whatever.
Has Jesse Eisenberg been in shit since he's been in Batman v
Why
Superman?
did you hold out on me?
He was in the Snyder Cut.
For like 2 seconds.
A little bit more than 2 seconds. He was sitting on that yacht pretty comfortably.
He was, with his shaved
I
head.
feel much better.
Yep.
How are they gonna get him to shave his head every time he needs to film?
I'm
his
kind of
movie?
hoping he does like the old classic Lex Luthor where he just has a bunch of wigs.
That'd be funny. He should have a very obvious bald cap.
Oh, that'd be good. Kind of reveals he never really shaved his head and it was just bad. Just disabled.
He never shaved his head. It was a con, a long con.
So,
What?
I think we're gonna end the stream pretty soon. We got to that last cutscene,
Okay.
and I just wanted.
Sorry we weren't paying attention to it.
What happened was that Nia was revealing some stuff about her past life, and what I want to say about that is, Nia and Pyra are 2 of maybe 3 well-written characters in this game.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
The other being a character that already died. His name was Van Damme.
You're all
Spoiler.
mine.
And he
Van
was-
Damme.
Van Damme. He was super cool. And he told Rex that he needs to stop being a bitch and, like, pick himself up, be a better fighter, be a better driver, because Pyra deserves it. And then he went and sacrificed himself so that Rex could not be killed by Malos. And then Rex decided not to run.
It is good to dwell on the past from
And
time to
such
time.
and such. It's a scene you guys didn't get to see, but I gotta say, Van Damme is probably the coolest character. I would say I like Zeke. If I can bring him out back for a second, I like Zeke. I don't think he's a great character. I just like him. I think Morag is cool. I think Tora is cute, but he's annoying. Nia's the best character. Rex is a complete, absolute douche. I hate him. I don't like his voice actor. I don't like his character. I don't care what anyone says. He's not good.
Well, why were you sticking up for him when I was calling him Diet Schultz?
Because you can at least
Because he was
remember
defending
name.
his waifus, Gregory. I
His
mean,
wife's
clearly,
boyfriend.
his waifu's bottom bitch.
But Pyra is a good character, and I want to say
Is Mithra the other well-written, so that means there's actually only 2 well-written characters?
I said, Kevin, you have to at least pay attention to me.
Van Damme.
Pyra.
No, Van Damme and Pyra and Mithra, but they occupy one.
I didn't
so it's
say
just 2.
Mithra.
Oh,
I said
she's
Pyra,
not. Okay,
Nia, cat bitch. Nia, Pyra,
Nico
Van
Chan.
Damme.
Okay.
And I like Zeke and Morag, and not these 2. And everybody is always online being like, oh, Xenoblade fans, they only like Pyra because she got big boobs. No, non-Xenoblade fans who like Pyra like her because of the big boobs. If you've actually played the game, you would like Pyra because she's one of 3 well-written characters.
And her boobs are big.
They like the boobs too.
That's a perk. That's not...
The boobs
It's
draw
a
them in, and then they learn about her well-written story, and they're like, oh, okay.
They're like, wow, girl, you got underlying 3-dimensional characteristics. Like, I don't know because I haven't seen.
Not
them.
unlike something else that's three dimensions. Whoa. Xenoblade 2 Chronicles.
Long walks on the beach. Wow.
Yes. Xenoblade is... it's the best, and it's absolutely the worst.
I'm gonna break these beer bottles.
No, man, you actually have to hit them really hard.